It's just weird to say. Uh, Hello. Hello. Hmm? It's just gonna come on and say hello. Yeah. I gotta give up on everything. Don't know if you're, but I'm gonna. This. Hello. Oh, now I've got audio. Okay. Anyway, I was just going to come on and say that I'm going to have to call it. But then even the audio wasn't working. Now the audio is working, but still dropping like a severe number of frames. The percentage is going down a little bit, but it still is way too high. So I don't know if you'll get any of this, or if you're hearing any of this, or if my message is making it through the world. But I don't think I can stream today. I've never had this happen before. I got internet, no problem. Speed test works fine. But yeah, I'm dropping almost every frame I'm broadcasting. Network specific, nothing to do with my machine. In theory, let's just do one other thing while we're here. Go to settings here, output. Let's drop this way down and say okay. Now is this gonna solve anything? I'm guessing no. Probably. Well. Okay. Now they're making it out, huh? Dropped it well below the bit rate that it should be. So what happens if we keep like bumping it up? What's wrong with my bit rate, you guys? So what if we doubled it? We're gonna go to, yeah, I think it does look like it's behaving. Not dropping any frames. So what if we just keep slowly chunking it up? I don't want my bit rate to be this low. Not that it really matters when you're looking at me right now, but come on, I'm paying good money for good bit rate. Okay, keep getting those numbers up. Oh, the mic input is still, yeah. Let's see. Let's bump this all the way up to here. And then, yeah, let's go fix this mic input. We had this problem before. And I think I'm to this. I think this fixes it, right? The audio sounds good now. I'm not supposed to do this, but it works. Okay, let's keep bumping this up. Let's double it again. Where's this gonna put us? Things behaving? Everything look okay? Still, so far, so good. I'm just going to keep... Oh, I dropped a few frames. Oh, I'm dropping frames. Guys, I'm dropping frames. Something's going on. So this is a little too high, huh? But what's wrong with my network? No, it's not me. It's got to be my ISP. It's got to be my ISP. I'm just going to keep playing with this until I start seeing numbers I like. Mic is fine now, too. Awesome. That's epic. Okay, the numbers are bad again. Numbers are bad at this high. Let's see. Let's go with 8. And keep resetting. Hope you're enjoying this behind the scenes look here. You're not really seeing anything. You're just hearing me troubleshoot it. I think this looks pretty good. We're gonna have to keep it here, huh? I get 500 megabits down. I actually didn't wait to see. What's my up? I get 500 megabits down and like, I don't know, 150 at least up. Let's see. What's my up right now? Because maybe it's really low for whatever reason. Yeah, holy cow. It is really low. Okay, okay, okay. I see. So we're gonna have to make some adjustments here. I didn't think to. Okay. So yeah, we'll just stick to 5,000 kilobits per second because my upload speed is dramatically lower than it usually is. All right, all right. So let's reset this. And then let's see if we can get some good numbers here. These are looking good. Okay. So yeah, something is wrong with my internet service provider. I'm getting the same download speeds that I usually do, but the upload speeds are much worse, and that's what really matters if I'm streaming. So usually I'm streaming at like a ludicrously high 51 megabits per second. Which you really don't need, but like I said, I have the throughput for it. But of course, uh, it's not working out good for the stream, huh? But 5 megabits per second, that's pretty low. I'm not very happy with that. But I guess it's either that or I don't stream today. So I'll keep it at 5. But yeah, I'm only getting 5 megabits per second download. That's pretty bad. Okay, well, I think that solved that problem. Here I am unplugging everything in the house. I'm like rebooting every router and modem just to make sure that that's not the problem. That was not the problem. It's my pesky internet service provider. I get 500 megabits down and 5 megabits up. That's pathetic. Where's not even 50 megabits up? All right. Anyway, that's my. I'm just having fun. I get to set all the little options. So yeah, 5,000 kilobit per second bit rate is what we're encoding at. And nary a dropped frame since I changed that. So we'll just have to keep it as is. All right, well, hello. I was like this close to just calling it off. I was like, well, every lever I pull is not fixing the problem. But I should have known my bit rate was too high. I went to go look for a speed test, but I didn't wait to see what the upload was. I just saw it was 500 down and thought, well, that's everything's normal. But I was deceived. Okay. Well, now I'm off. I'm knocked off my groove. I threw off my groove. Well, what's up? How's it going? What's happening? Hope you enjoyed the 25 minutes of me not playing video games. What's up with me? Things are fine. Things are great, actually. I've had a busy month, and this last week I got to do diddly squat. That's not really true, but I did dramatically less than I have been doing all month, and my body is very grateful for it. I was a little sick last week. I'm still like a little under the weather, but I think it's mostly passed out of me. So hopefully I'll be stopping less often this stream to blow my nose and crank my hog. But yeah, clearly my body is grateful that I've been able to just sit around at home and rest. So yeah, it's been fairly quiet, and that means my mind has been quiet, which is nice. Isn't that always nice, when your brain shuts up for a little bit? So, and like I said, what better way to spend my time than playing one of my favorite games, Uncharted 4. Um, we started last week, and I couldn't get enough. So I immediately started playing The Last of Us. The Last of Us Remastered, just to get an idea of, I played Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and I skipped The Last of Us in Naughty Dog's chronology to jump to Uncharted 4, and I always thought, I don't know if I'll play The Last of Us. It's got a pretty good show that makes it easy to digest basically the same story for regular audiences. It's not like it's like totally faithful to the source material, but it's definitely not blasphemous. It's a pretty good adaptation. At least the first season. I have not cracked into the second season at all. I'm not very good at watching TV, but I keep thinking, well, someday I'll get to it. But the show is a good way for like regular people to watch The Last of Us. Uncharted doesn't really have that. The movie is like not a great representation of the games. So I've enjoyed playing those, but for the game, I just feel like it was so popular when it came out, and the show was even more popular. It felt like so. Um, don't people already have, a decent familiarity with the show, with the story? But I'm really glad I played it. I actually just beat it yesterday. Like I blitzed through this past week. I'm telling you, man, I've had so much more time to myself these past few days than I have recently. So I've been milking it for all it's worth. So yeah, I played all of The Last of Us and Left Behind. Mostly just thinking about it in the context of, going from Uncharted 3 to Uncharted 4. And I'm sure I'll be bringing up lots of specific examples as we play the game today. Um, but I also couldn't get enough even then, and continued to play on. Started playing more The Last of Us Part 2 yesterday and today. And that might be like the best game ever made. I don't know if I'm quite ready to say that specifically, but for me, man, I love that game. The Last of Us Part 2 is just a great sequel in that it improves upon almost everything gameplay wise in The Last of Us 1. And playing The Last of Us Remastered, I was just struck by how much I loved like the game itself. To me, the story, like I just described with the show, the story is like very much at the forefront of what The Last of Us is and what people know about it, how they remember it. Um, but yeah, playing the game, I was like, whoa, but the game itself is actually also like phenomenal, right? Very, I shouldn't say very unique, but fairly unique. Great, great uh, ludo-narrative harmony. Sorry to sound like the kind of person that says something like ludo-narrative harmony, but yeah, it's a common complaint to a lot of games, especially story-based games, where like the story and the game are not closely tied. And you could kind of say that about Uncharted, right? Where, I would say it's not the worst example, but certainly there's lots of times where you have to stop playing the game to start paying attention to the story, right? Um, and in The Last of Us, there are so many times where it's obvious the game is like, you're putting everything down. You're literally putting the controller down to watch like a cutscene play out. Um, but otherwise, the way that the game has you scrounging for resources, exploring the environment, and gives you lots of really interesting gameplay decisions to make. Uh, it works pretty well with the narrative, and yeah, it's just a great piece of work. I was worried replaying it would feel very much like a time capsule from 2013. Um, but no, it's still really great. Um, but like I said, I don't know if I'll play it on here. If nothing else, it's just kind of long. Especially part two is like really long, and so it would be a lot of dedication, a lot of weeks of streaming. But maybe if I start running out of games to play, or like I get really depressed and I start streaming way too often, then I will be playing The Last of Us Part 2 on here. So I don't want to say never, but because I love the game so much, honestly, it's just really good. Uh, it's a visual treat. It's like Red Dead Redemption 2 level fidelity, right? But yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it more. I like a lot of the gameplay. The ability to crawl on the ground opens up so much. Hiding in tall grass and that sort of thing. Um, and yeah, more weapons with some more interesting options. You can now like craft silencers for weapons, which for somebody like me that loves to sneak around, it's yeah, just adds a lot of depth. So I've been really enjoying that, but it's time to rip myself away from playing more of The Last of Us Part 2 and returning to Uncharted 4, which has been really good. Again, it's a visual treat. It's a great, great looking game. It very much feels like a huge step up from the last generation, which is really cool. Um, Especially having played The Last of Us Remastered, the cutscene fidelity is really impressive. But the gameplay, those kinds of cutscenes and character models are about what you'd expect for that generation. And with Uncharted 4, it's not that's not the case at all, right? And so I was talking last week about the um, fact that the cutscenes are primarily rendered in engine in Uncharted 4, and yeah, I mean you really feel and see the difference, especially having just played The Last of Us, where that's not the case, right? Um, so yeah, some great stuff with Uncharted 4. Another thing with The Last of Us Remastered, no TAA. And it is sorely missed. It is very much I'm playing on the PS5, so I'm playing at 1800p with unlocked frame rate, so it hits 60 FPS pretty much all the time. But it's not quite native 4K, right? It's just underneath 2160p at 1800p, which is a very high resolution. It's usually totally fine. It's honestly kind of my ideal resolution choice for a lot of these types of games. But without TAA, there is like constant shimmering everywhere. The resolution is high, but because it's not quite native, you still are constantly seeing pixels try and snap into place. Uh, and it's a little distracting, right? Certainly not distracting enough to play at native 4K with a 30 FPS frame rate cap, which is the other option. But going from that to The Last of Us Part 2, it's very obvious that, yeah, that just the TAA alone is doing wonders. And that's a great part of Uncharted 4, is there's really not any of that, like, shimmering. Again, I don't really know how much it's going to come across at home, especially if I'm only streaming at 5 megabits per second today. But nonetheless, yeah, that's a huge achievement for Naughty Dog, a big step forward into the future generation, and leads to like astoundingly good image quality. There's always lots of complaining about temporal solutions like temporal anti-aliasing and stuff like DLSS, FSR, XESS, TSR, which are all upscalers based on TAA. Um, they all have temporal artifacts, ghosting, namely, where you see trails of what was rendered in a previous frame, as the algorithm is kind of trying to guess what's going to be happening in the next frame, the current frame that's being drawn, right? It's got some of those temporal artifacts of previous frames that still linger, and so it can look kind of smeary, right? Especially, when those are exaggerated, you're playing at low resolutions. I think that happens a lot with complaints about like DLSS. Uh, it tends to be, technology like that was really made for like 4K panels, but there are still a lot of people playing on lower resolution panels, 1440p or even 1080p. Still very popular screen resolutions today. Um, And so, yeah, they're rendering at resolutions like that or even lower. If you're using DLSS on a panel like that, then you're probably rendering it like sub 1080p. And so, yeah, the image quality is like pretty smeary, and you can see those artifacts even more. But, uh, under the right circumstances, when you're rendering up to a 4K frame buffer, 1440p as the native rendering resolution, these temporal solutions work really well. And again, for this console, for the PS4, right, 1080p is the upper bound, really. They might be rendering at an even lower resolution. On the PS4, most games were rendering at native 1080p. The Xbox One was the less powerful console, where rendering resolutions were just a hair beneath. 900p, though, is really like about as low as you tend to see for a lot of these types of games. Um,
So the TAA it's not doing any upscaling or anything. It's just, yeah, eh, removing the aliasing. It's the anti-aliasing solution. So the results are pretty good. But I only say that because it is a pretty common topic of discussion today. There's a very popular subreddit r/fuck TAA where people just complain about TAA and talk about alternatives basically. And yeah, it's the communities like that, YouTube comment sections. I mean, they definitely can kind of get the wrong idea about this type of technology. Um, and again, there's just lots of varying circumstances, lots of games that come out today that perhaps incorrectly chase a 60 FPS target, kind of assuming that customers might be expecting 60 FPS on their next gen consoles, but the games that they've built are not really made to run at that fast a frame rate. And so the only option they really have is just to like crank down the resolution as low as possible. And then they'll slap on upscaler to try and make it look better than like 720p, but the results are still pretty bad. And that's the kind of inferior image quality that has people like thinking, hey, what happened? Last gen games didn't look this bad. They also ran at almost exclusively 30 frames per second last generation, right? It's only really this current gen that games are kind of expected to run at 60 FPS, which is nice, but honestly, a lot of games can't do that, right? So, um, so just yeah, buyer beware. Keep an eye out. If you're not gaming on a PC and you're playing on like your PS5, then it really is worth exploring the different uh, fidelity options that are available. Lots of games have like a performance and a fidelity mode, which really just targets either frame rate or resolution. But there are a lot of games where it really feels like targeting frame rate shouldn't have even been given as an option. I think about like Starfield as an example. That game was announced to run at 30 frames per second on the Xbox Series X. And people were mad because they're like, what? This is one of the first games this generation that has a 30 FPS frame rate cap. Um, and so in a update, a patch later, they added a 60 FPS mode, but the mode is not typically hitting 60 frames per second, and the image quality is even worse than what was already there, which was really not that great to begin with, right? So it's just kind of like bad all around. And there are other games like this. I think if I remember correctly, Final Fantasy 16 is another one. It's a great looking game, but there's like a 60 FPS mode where like the resolution is like way too low, and it still is not hitting 60 frames per second. That's yeah, that's a bad deal for the player. But the player, they probably don't even know. They're not looking at like a frame rate counter. They you need like an expert basically to be able to tell them that. Which then kind of brings into question like, well, then doesn't even matter if the player doesn't really even know. I don't know. There are a lot of people who probably just flip on the performance mode and maybe they don't think about it and they're just like, yeah, this game runs at 60 FPS and I'm happy. And if that's the case, then that's great. But honestly, a lot of the time it is people complaining about how, wow, the image quality is actually worse. They don't really know why. They would never use the term image quality. They would just be like, the game looks bad. And just don't fall into the trap of like, oh, when I was a kid, games looked amazing. Now games look ugly, right? It's not really that simple. And honestly, games have just like always looked, they've always had there's always been bad looking games or bad performing games. So yeah, it's a sliding scale as usual, and there are lots of great looking games today, current gen, brand new games that I'm infatuated with. And if I had unlimited time, I'd show them all off to you right now. But today we're sticking with the classics, last gen games running at crazy high resolutions and frame rates on modern day hardware. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, playing today at 1440p, downsampled to 1080p to get streamed over the internet on my capture card, and capping out at 60 FPS. On the PS5, there are lots of other fancy options, you can tank the frame rate down even more to 1080p and play at almost 120 FPS, which is great if you have a display capable of variable refresh rates. Then it doesn't even matter if it's a solid frame rate all the time, as long as it's above like 48 frames per second, then it'll look smooth because your monitor will refresh at the exact correct rate, the variable rate that's ever changing. But you don't get to do that over the internet. Over the internet, it's constant bit rate, it's constant frame rate, so 60 FPS, 1080p ish, but my face will be in the corner at a glowing, glistening 4K. So let's flip over to the game now that I'm done rambling. I'll actually keep rambling. It's going to be a lot of rambling going forward. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm going to flip it here, hit this button, and oh, it's kind of quiet. Here we go. How about this? And then we got to turn this down a little bit. Okay. Oh, and what is my 50? Really? Okay, let's set this at 65. All right. Minimize that, and we'll, oops, flip over to the game. Okay. Wow. What a crazy day it's been so far. No better way to make a crazy day less crazy, or perhaps more crazy, than some sparkling frost, huh? I'm cracking open a cherry limeade because I'm feeling a little frisky today, all right? Ooh-ah. Okay. So where were we last? We were just at the auction, right? And we got the St. Dismas cross, right? Of maybe the penitent thief. I kind of forget. But one of the people that was, it's not Jesus, right? It's like, it's the penitent thief that was crucified alongside Jesus. I think that's who was on their crucifix. I guess it's not a crucifix. But it was not hollow, right? And it had some clue that pointed them towards Scotland, where there's a cathedral that the now enemy Rafe is not demolishing, but excavating around. However, he has not been excavating around the graveyard where apparently this clue is pointing us. I don't know how this has happened, but it's happened, and so we're going to enjoy ourselves. Sully dropped us off, and he said, you guys have a good time at the sleepover. And so we're going to continue with the grave of Henry Avery. But first, yes, let me pull the camera back on me. I've got lots of fans, and I have lots of enemies, frankly, in life. I'm seeing some really nice things said about me specifically in the chat here. Grungen saying my hair and jawline looks particularly handsome, that he loves my streams. It's like the Alamo Drafthouse of video game streams where you have a forward. Thank you. That's a very sweet thing to say, okay? iDrake is having a good time, right? iDrake is having a really good time rocking their body with all of their friends. And then Bulldozer, check to make sure that Sparkling Frost doesn't have a hair in it. So, why would you say that? Okay, did something like happen to you personally? You know, you told us a story previously, and I don't want to like outright call it a lie, but you were challenged and nary a peep from your end, okay? I'm kind of getting the impression that like we should not believe everything that you say. So, look, Sparkling Frost right here. I mean, you can do the check yourself. You seeing anything in there? I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything. But it tastes great. In fact, it tastes so good, even if there was a hair in it, I wouldn't care. Honestly, if there was a hair in it, it's probably better than the hairs on my own damn head. So I would be grateful to have a hair. I'm glad that I don't have one. But even if there was one, I wouldn't be complaining. So if I were you, I wouldn't be complaining either, all right? Especially if your complaints are going to get in the way of today's stream. I'm already behind schedule because of what happened earlier, and now I have to sit down and talk down to you. I don't like that, all right? I'm like more of a punch up guy, okay? You know, it's not us versus them, okay? It's us versus them. So let's like try and be on the same side here, all right? Let's crack open our sparkling frosts. Let's kick up our feet. Let's play some video games. Don't you think that's a good idea? I think that's a great idea, all right? In the weird aisle at...
Scottish Cathedral. Strange place to bury your treasure, no?
Not really. I mean, by the time Avery would have sailed here, the place was already abandoned.
I guess that's true. Plus, with the massive bounty on his head, it'd be a good place to hide. So, what happened between you and Rafe?
I couldn't deal with him. I'm pretty sure he'd had enough of me. I was still coming to grips with your death and with his frustration from not finding the treasure. I'm pretty sure he was ready to kill me by the time I bailed.
Imagine what he want to do to you now.
Yeah, trying not to. Sam, listen. He's ruthless. I mean, even more so than when we teamed up with him. I mean, I've heard stories.
Trust me, me too. All the more reason I don't feel bad about any of this. So
That's
just like I
karma.
remember it?
And karma for somebody, and it's not me.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Although it's been so long, it's a little hazy.
Okay, so one of the things I want to call attention to first is the amazing foliage that we have in this game. You can see it on display here,
These crane explosives.
and it's one of the reasons,
Boy Rafe, a little nervous.
I mean, they work it into gameplay, which is pretty cool. So, in the previous games, there's, you know, foliage, but
It must have been a shock for Avery
it's
to
very
come here after living
thin,
in the tropics for
it's
so
very,
Well, I can
aliased.
sympathize with that.
long. Ah, right, because of the old prison thing.
Yeah, you have no idea how much I miss the cold.
I gotta let our characters talk.
Someone's a little explosion happy.
No, someone's a little desperate.
And again, part of it, you know, of course, is like processing power constraints, but another part too is just the aliasing. Fine detail like this is exactly what results in bad aliasing. Lots of shimmering, and so with a nice TAA solution like we have in this game, a lot of that can get smoothed out. It might look a little too soft because of all that smoothing, you know, but I think I would rather it be more smooth than more shimmered, personally. And it's still just, it's really difficult with fine detail like this. If you get really up close, you know, you can definitely see some of that shimmering, but it's really very good. And again, I'm trying not to, I probably shouldn't focus on it too much because I know my bit rate is kind of low today, thanks to my dastardly internet service provider. But like I said, another cool part is that they work it into the gameplay. It's not just to have some impressive looking grass, but that there's hiding in tall grass from enemies. That's a new part of this game. But again, compared to, say, The Last of Us or any of the Uncharteds, you don't really see any foliage like this. It's so dense and has lots of fine detail in it, and it looks great. So definitely one of the more exciting parts of the game. But honestly, just looking around everywhere, the detail is astounding. Very impressive. And like I said, really feels like a step up from the last generation. We're in Scotland. Yes, that's correct. Interesting choice of location for Nathan Drake. I like this. Like we talked about with Uncharted 3, choosing like the rainforest of France is kind of a stretch, you know? It is real, but it's not
It's a long drop.
not
Yeah.
a
We'll
not
have to find
a
another way
expected
down.
location, let's say. And it does feel like they just, you know, kind of want to almost invent a kind of place to go. And really, that Uncharted is maybe at its best when it's in like the forested areas. So here's a place that is forested, but it's a little different. It's snowy. There's lots of, I love the brown, all this kind of dead grass. I don't know if it's really dead, but the grass is all brown. So it's an interesting colorscape, and it's a bit overcast, right? It's not a bright blue day, but yeah, it's a little gray, as you'd kind of imagine Scotland to be. But it's a fun, unique location, especially because, you know, of the places we're going to go after this place, right? We're going to use our grappling hook, the latest gimmick in this title. And it's quite fun, as grappling hooks tend to be.
The hell is all this?
It's excavation equipment.
Shoreline?
What?
Look. I thought they were just by the cathedral.
Shit, get out!
Uh-oh.
Got one!
Wow. Oh my gosh. He's dead. It's like, what's happening there? Okay.
We're good.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too, Shoreline. Seems like they were expecting us.
And like they're searching away from the cathedral.
Which means we should get to that graveyard pronto.
Exactly.
Okay, now, in regards
Didn't
to
you
the
guys search
sparkling
beyond
frost
the-
bit, that's
We
okay.
did, a little. This place is so big.
Sorry, I gotta listen to the
Knowing where to look,
characters.
like shooting in the dark.
Or like blowing shit up in the dark.
Right? Am I right?
So you think we'll just find a tombstone that says, "Here lies Henry Avery, loving son and notorious pirate."
Yeah, I doubt it. I don't think he'd go through all that trouble to hide his tracks just to put his name on a rock.
So much dialogue from our characters. It's fun. Look, I'm teeing up Sparkling Frost every week. I'm beating the dead horse if you really think about it. So you don't gotta feel bad. We all have our own bits, all right? I'm not really sponsored by Sparkling Frost. It's just kind of funny to imagine if I was. But in the same vein, you know, it'd be funny to imagine that I have like a personal tie to the brand, such that anybody besmirching its name would get a rise out of me. Now that's a good bit. So I got to do my job. I got to defend the brand. We'll see how funny your bit was when you're getting sued for damages. Yeah. I'll be laughing all the way to court, buddy. All right. Let's jump into some more combat.
What is this place?
Monks
Oh.
had several living quarters.
Where's the combat?
Main one being by the graveyard, of course.
Location, location, location. More shoreline equipment.
At least no shoreliners. Now, what do you bet?
Check it out.
Hey! Dynamite! Be careful with that stuff, huh?
Excuse me. Just enjoying a taste of my favorite beverage. Alright, so don't worry. We've got explosives.
Hey, got the door open. That was very loud. Hopefully they didn't hear us.
Hopefully we just blend in with the
No
other
gyro,
explosions.
though. That's a shame. Wrong choice, if you ask me. Fell for a long time.
Look, there's a way up through the roof. It's too high for a boost, though.
Oh, let's find something to climb on.
I really thought we were going to get into some combat. Now this, I forget who joked about it last week. Someone in the chat joked about it, but yes, straight from The Last of Us, there is so much, like pushing crates and stuff around to find ways up. Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm looking for.
Hey, we can use this to climb out of that building.
Now, how would we... How do we... Oh, that's right. I forgot. I just learned how to use dynamite to blow stuff up. Okay. Like this. And blow up the door. Keep on pushing. Now, in The Last of Us, it kind of makes sense, that, like, you're always trying to make the most of your environment in that game, right? That whatever the world gives you, materials or running into enemies. So having to push stuff around to like make your own path, that kind of stuff makes sense, and it's happening all the time in those games. But in this game, I don't know, it does seem a little even more silly than it already did.
Someone blew this door.
But now we get a chance to do some sneaking around. Now again, when I play games like this, I'm like really annoying. I'm always redoing progress, just to try and get like a perfect run in.
I got nothing.
I won't be doing that today. But like when I play Hitman or Dishonored, I love making like quick saves. So I can redo stuff. And when I've been playing The Last of Us, I've been doing the same. Just like every time I get caught, it's like, oh, let's try again. Even though the game is definitely built around you, like, getting into scrapes and finding your way out of a mess or whatever. For today, for these streams, I gotta show you a more authentic version of the game. But I'm still gonna try and sneak. Start by trying to sneak around, and then if we get caught, we get caught. Now that's pretty slick, right? Just like Uncharted 3, some nice bespoke animations. Especially for, yeah, the interactions with enemies. Now, in The Last of Us, it's even more fun to be sneaky because it is like you have like a gameplay advantage. But here, you know, unless you're playing on like a crazy hard difficulty, I don't think it's necessary to be as sneaky. But it does, you know, lend itself more to that sort of the Indiana Jones archetype that the game is.
Got one of us down over here. Hang on. Watch your stick. Got another one down. Come on out, asshole.
Look out. Oh, I'm having so much fun. Got him. All right. All right. That was a good time, huh? And just like that, all is well again.
Nicely done. That could have been bad.
Yeah. Let's get out of here before anyone checks in on them.
Something I love about the Indiana Jones video game, the Great Circle, that just recently came out, made by Machine Games of Wolfenstein fame, is it is very much tuned around like sneaking around, getting into scrapes, and making your way out of it. You don't really get like that many benefits for being sneaky per se.
Come on, let's go.
You know, it's not a game that's built around you. All right, hang on a second. What's going on here? Am I stupid? Am I supposed to boost somebody up? Oh, okay, there we go. I could make that jump. I wasn't sure. I didn't think I could. So yeah, I mean, again, it does a good job of making you feel like Indiana Jones in that you sneak around for a little bit and then, oops, you get caught and it's time to
Now what?
go bang bang. All right, again, we're gonna have to blow some stuff up. Look out.
Nice.
Whoa, but what's... Alright, well, hang on a second. Okay, so there's treasure back here. Check it out. I got some treasure. Carved nut bottle. I laughed because it says nut on it. It's just kind of funny. Oh, shoot. Not what I meant.
Whoa, careful.
Is there not another? Oh, I thought there was another. Alright, it doesn't matter. Anyway. Let's go! Whee! So, I see some grooves in the wall here. Climbing on up.
I can hook that. There.
And shimmy our way over to the side here. And climb on up here.
Alright, you think you can do that? What are you talking about? I taught you that move.
Alright, let's see it then.
Then the grappling hook really just feels like right at home in this game. Whoa, hang on. Treasure spotted. Did you guys see that? I'm quitting. I just saw some treasure, you guys. I think it's treasure. Looked pretty much like treasure to me. Not that we're here to get 100% all collectibles, whatever, but I saw that from what felt like a mile away. It's probably like 500 meters, but... yeah, I mean, the grappling hook in action here is, like I said, it feels right at home. Now, these little spots, this is kind of funny. It's like, what even are these? Why are these here? They have, like, rope hanging off of them. Oh, what the? Hey, he was reaching out! You guys saw him reach out, right? Okay, sorry, I'm ignoring the chat. The orangutan gamer lobby loves gyro throwing. The orangutan gamer lobby. When reaching it, said, don't say that to me. No, I did at least get my treasure, right? I think that's how this works. Yeah, the gyro aiming is, I don't understand why that went
Hey,
away.
hold on. I'll come over.
It's one of the few useful uses of the 6-axis on the PS3, I felt. And it's kind of made a comeback these days, thanks to the Wii U and Steam controller continuing to proliferate gyro aiming. Now games like The Last of Us 2
Give me a boost.
have gyro aiming options, but they're still like buried in a menu. Like the game's not really made to be played that way. It's almost more like an accessibility option. But I like things like that. Like it's almost like The Legend of Zelda, of like an item that, when you use it, you can use gyro to make your life a little easier. But the whole game isn't built around like moving the controller back and forth. And even if it is, I don't care. I love Skyward Sword. That game is honestly good. The HD remaster is very good. The original definitely has some quirks, but it's overall still quite a good game. So I'm not a gyro
All right,
hater.
there it is. The mug storm. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Don't jinx us.
I wonder if Uncharted 3 made progress on uneven landscapes for Uncharted 4. Yeah, I do wonder. Because The Last of Us doesn't really have much of that. And it does kind of make me wonder if it's, is it more just a innovation of the PlayStation 4? You can have such varied geometry. You can have these interesting maps that have a lot more going on. Because it's not just object density, but it is the fact that, generally speaking, the
Down we go.
levels just have, more varied geometry, more
Those are fun.
varied landscapes to jump around on.
I could do this all day.
You go where the money leads you.
That's cold. It gets colder. I'm gonna take a leak while you educate our young recruit here.
This is one I remember like redoing 100 times.
Put down the revolver. Well, we kept it at bay. Once money ran out, there's no reason for us to stick around anymore.
And the
Oh,
gym.
that's right! Oh my gosh, is this the Ghost in the Graveyard
Business is business.
level?
Whatever gets us more
I think
action.
no, that comes later.
Could use a good coup right now.
Tell me about it.
I could use a good coup right now. I love that. They're like really trying to paint these guys as non-sympathetic characters. I mean, I don't know. They're just mercenaries. I mean, they're not... It's just a... they're action movie fodder, right?
You get the left one. I got right.
Sorry, I couldn't tell who was saying that.
Gonna have to do better than that, fellas.
Let's see if we can keep this up.
Okay. Yes, so again, in terms of ludonarrative dissonance, of which this game has a trophy named after the term, Nathan Drake definitely is up there. The sheer number of people he kills is hard to fathom. And it's a big disconnect between this and, like, Indiana Jones, right? I haven't played much Tomb Raider, but I think Tomb Raider suffers from a similar kind of problem. In Indiana Jones, the enemies are in 2 of the 4 movies, they're Nazis. Or I guess 5. In 3 of the 5 movies, they're Nazis. Which is an easy shortcut to like, oh, yep, no matter what, you can kill that guy, I mean, yeah, we're all human, and we all have, like, varied ideologies and opinions, but Nazi, yep, easy, just, like, unsavory, have no problem killing this guy. In this game, we've got, like, mercenaries. So they're probably not, like, doing good stuff, but are they, like, evil? Like Nazis are, Do they view, like, whole groups of people as, like, subhuman, and they have, like, plans to systematically remove them from the planet? So yeah, we're gonna start off with a little bit of dialogue that's like, hey, I love coups. Yeah, I guess. Feels almost like you're trying too hard. But again, honestly, it doesn't matter. It's a video game, action video game. I don't, you know, I just need the simplest excuse to be like, okay, yep, I'll kill all these guys, that's fine. I can do that.
No way I imagined that.
No way did he imagine that. But luckily, I took that guy out in the tall grass. When I studied in Scotland, this is basically what I did. Is that true? Because if so, you've got some explaining to do. There are a lot of families who are missing their primarily fathers. We've only run into men in this outfit, even though it's run by a woman, run by Nadine. I just like to say her name. Let's see if we can... Yeah. Well, his body didn't really fall into the tall grass like I had anticipated, but that's okay. Next, let's see if we can get this guy. Oh, that's a little high. Come on over here. Uncharted had Filipinos as the first enemy NPC, then hit the trio of easy Hollywood villains. Russian, English, and South African. Alright, so he did see the body. Poor guy. Yeah, Russians, again, another really easy one, which also Indiana Jones went for in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, right? With communists, which does feel like kind of the next, like, inevitable step for those characters in that franchise.
He's behind you.
But it's obviously not as effective.
Watch your arses! Another one down over here!
Watch your arses.
Keep searching! They're here somewhere!
Ooh, that was a close one. I didn't expect him to double back. Come here, come here. Yeah. And in this case, Nathan is smart enough to know to drag him back into the tall grass, which is a nice bonus. Now, at this point, they're already kind of spooked, so it doesn't really matter if I'm leaving stray bodies around. And if anything, spooking them is ideal, because it gets them to move outside of their predefined kind of patrol. And so we can get them to make some poor choices, let's say. Ooh. You didn't see anything. Oh, there's so many more over here.
Hang on.
Ooh, close one. So many dudes. I fear we won't be able to stay in stealth the entire time, but I'd love to.
What?
I just had to grab that guy. See, they almost like don't even care about these bodies that are slowly piling up. Uncharted 1 and 2 had my favorite mercenary visuals. Uncharted 3 and 4 I don't like. I feel indifferent about almost all of them.
Oh, got nothing so far.
I don't know, I don't really care for what the look of them in 1, probably. But I mean, I don't know, they're fine. It's a early gen PS3 game, so... but I don't know, the art direction for them all is fine. Alright, doesn't look like we can come over here. Let's see if we can get a little closer.
I'm gonna find you.
Is that so? Not the kind of edge I can hang off of, unfortunately. Yeah, is it going to be possible for us to stay in stealth this whole time? I don't know. Why not?
No sign of him. Anything?
Nothing.
All right, let's keep looking.
Roger that.
Ooh, here he comes. Ooh, nice! I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Whipping him around to slam him against the wall. Okay.
Nothing over here. You?
Clear so far.
Except for that one guy that disappeared.
Yeah, okay.
Oh. Close. I almost got out of it without a shot being fired, but I had to pick the wrong of two guys.
Hairy. Someone was bound to hear all that. Come on, let's get a move on it.
Okay, let's explore really quickly before we move on. I don't really know if I need any of these. What kinds of weapons am I rocking? You know, a Baroque 44. Not many bullets, though. But I haven't been using many bullets, have I? Otherwise, yeah, I'm full on AK ammo, so I don't really need much else. Is this also a Baroque? Yeah, alright, awesome. I don't know if I'm going to find any, like, treasure around here, but I know where I'm supposed to go. But I like exploring. Again, the color palette in this level is just delicious. And that's not a word I like to use, but it is a very effective word here. It all looks so good, and because of the high level of detail, you get, honestly, even more color, which is quite nice. No, I thought I'd be able to jump on that. You know, you can have, like, these purple little bushes and more reddish leaves, because you're able to include more stuff in the frame. It looks great. And again, it provides kind of a unique image to remember as we push through this area and play through the rest of the game. I feel like that's an important part of these games that they don't always do a great job of. Just making sure that each location has its own distinct visual identity. In each individual game, I think they do a good enough job, but there are plenty of games where you enter a place thinking, wait, haven't I already been here before? Well, no, technically we're in like a different country now or whatever. But in many ways, the rainforest of France certainly starts out very similar to, say, Uncharted 1's jungle, you know? This is wholly unique, very memorable.
Right beyond those walls.
Iconic. Great stuff. Okay. Where am I going? I'm going back behind, but first just gotta keep my eye out for any additional treasure.
Oh, you're not gonna jump this ravine.
Nope. I've got a better idea.
Down we go.
So,
Easy, bro. I nearly blew my goddamn arms off only to get chewed out by that prick. I should have popped him.
The guys fronting our entire crew. What do you think Nadine would do to you?
I was following her order.
Still, what do you think she'd do?
Turn me inside out.
Exactly.
yup.
Take some deep breaths and go walk it off.
Stroppy prick. Thinks he can tell me how to do my job.
Stroppy. Now, that's not a word I feel like I've heard
making
before.
any friends.
Oh.
Yeah, as long as his money's good, that's fine by me.
You think Drake's gonna show up?
Nadine seems to think so. I'd love to see him and his crew make an appearance.
That goes for all of us.
I love that the enemy in this game is also Australian. Or maybe they're Kiwi, I don't know, but kind of funny. Oh, he's got them for me. Now that's something else interesting. You get companions in the previous Uncharted games, but you can definitely tell in this game they're a bit supercharged since The Last of Us. In The Last of Us, your companions, they are doing a lot more for you. In good and bad ways. I mean, I don't know. How would I put it? Careful. The Last of Us comes from the same generation as, BioShock Infinite, which famously has a supporting character, Elizabeth, that follows you around, and they have like an on-screen prompt that's like, you don't need to worry about her. Everything's gonna be okay. You don't have to baby her or whatever. Because people are burned from escort missions like Metal Gear Solid 2, where it's like, okay, here's a companion character, but you have to make sure that they don't get killed or whatever. And even games like, hang on, I gotta make sure I know where I'm going first. I have no idea where I'm going. Even games like, yeah, here we go. Skyrim, which came out in like 2011, a couple years before The Last of Us, for example, or BioShock Infinite. Those are both 2013, right?
Sam, this way.
Nice.
Maybe 2012. But in Skyrim, right? Your companion characters are fallible. They can get injured and even die. And so you do, it's not like the game instructs you to protect them and fails the mission if you don't get it right. But you still do, as a player, feel like you have to try to keep them alive. So it felt kind of novel to have a game that's like, hey, honestly, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it at all. They're going to be helpful, but they're not going to get in your way.
This one's looking a bit more dangerous.
Which, yes, BioShock Infinite Orangutan Rage. I brought it up knowing exactly what it would do to your orangutan brain. Because, yeah, it ended up, it's kind of the pendulum swinging another way. Ooh. Oh, beautiful bird.
It's better than bungee jumping.
Have you ever been bungee jumping?
No, but I'm sure this is better.
You sure? Yeah, it just reminds me of a lot of people being like, this is epic, thank God that this is a character, you don't have to worry about anymore.
Jumping around ruins?
Yeah, that and getting shot at, blown up, punched, kicked.
All right, I get it.
Knifed, drugged.
But it's, it's the opposite now. Now it's like, okay, well, here's a character you don't even have to think about at all, so it's not as interesting. Now, again, in The Last of Us and in this game, they have like a narrative purpose. That's not to say that Elizabeth doesn't in BioShock Infinite, but the reason that they're there is for narrative reasons. And they don't want the gameplay to really be like too much of a limiting factor. As a player, the goal of the game, it's not to protect the character, right? The side character.
Ha! That's that.
Not quite. Still gotta climb higher to cross the ravine.
I hope we're done sliding for a while. My ass is full of gravel.
Yeah, you gotta have the characters comment on the fact that we're getting a little too much out of this one gameplay element. So in The Last of Us, you've got characters like Ellie who are running around taking pot shots at other characters, but frankly, they're not doing much. You know, it's up to you to kill almost every enemy. They'll rarely kill an enemy for you. And they also, especially in a game as atmospheric as The Last of Us, are like constantly getting in the way. That's like another frequent complaint, is like you're trying to sneak around and they are like sprinting at full speed all around, in front of, behind, nearby zombies and other enemy characters. Now again, they don't react to them at all because the game doesn't want you to have to worry about them. But it is like immersion breaking.
Stuck the landing. There's nothing.
Whee! Not bad. And mostly
I
smooth.
can get used to this.
Only a little jittery animation-wise. Treasure. I knew I'd find something good up here. Give me the treasure. What the heck is this? Oh my gosh. Voldemort-looking ass. Carved ivory vanitas. What is a vanitas? Genre of memento mori, symbolizing the transience of life, the futility of pleasure, and the certainty of death. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. I didn't know it had a special fancy name. Look at it going for the eyelid. What is up with that? Skulls don't have eyelids. So anyway, my ramble that I'm going on right now is really just to say, in The Last of Us, there were pros and cons to this. You know, the characters certainly were doing more for you than they ever did in Uncharted, but they were also like constantly getting in the way. Now you'll see in Uncharted 4 and in The Last of Us Part 2, they do go a step further. They'll like take out enemies that like they can easily stealth kill.
Hey, give me a hand.
Which is pretty nice. They do still kind of do that like scurrying around thing. I would say it's not as much of a problem as like The Last of Us, but there's still a little bit of that shuffling around business. But definitely the NPCs, that your companions in these games are doing way more than they ever have, in part thanks to The Last of Us, right?
Yes, we are.
Now, something else, too, is the enemies in The Last of Us are so much smarter. Which they don't really have to be in these games. Again, in these games, they are much more like cannon fodder.
Sus. Wait, look at this place.
Welcome to the St. Dismas Dormitory. Alleged final resting place of one Henry Avery.
Let's find that grave.
So yeah, the enemies in this game...
Check it out.
Alright, sorry, I'll
He's
look
got
at
a
it.
pair of cutlasses. Just like the scroll from the cross.
The dates aren't right.
Well, one down and a hell of a lot to go.
1659 to 1699. With Celtic knots, maybe? Or he's just practicing his Celtic knots. Skull and crossbones, crossed swords, and dates. That's what we're looking for.
Okay. Cross cutlasses, skull and crossbones, and the date 1659 to 1699. We find a tombstone with all three, and we're in business.
Well, let's desecrate some graves.
Let's.
The enemies in The Last of Us, they clear rooms almost, you know, it reminds me a lot of Metal Gear Solid 2. The way that they, like...
No, this is not the grave we're looking for.
No.
This
But I
one
wanted to
doesn't
press
have a
it
skull
anyway.
and crossbones.
It's really impressive. I mean, they'll, like, traverse multiple levels of a given area. And, yeah, when they're spooked, they'll work together to try and clear a zone. Which is pretty neat, and not something you really ever had to bother with in Uncharted. So in Uncharted 4, you know, I'm sure that there are still some improvements, but for the most part, you're not really having to worry about
Looks
that,
like
right?
Rafe's been digging around already.
Oh, great.
Good thing he has no idea what he's actually looking for.
No, but he could get lucky.
Right?
Let's hope not.
Kind of just seems like only a matter of time. Okay. The devs said Ellie in The Last of Us 1 was trying to realistically avoid enemies based off her viewpoint. Later games let your friendly AI basically track enemies through walls to better stay out of their way. MGS2 was a great game for the nitpicking orangutan gamer contingent. Yeah, it's, I mean, no game can be as great as Metal Gear Solid 2. The greatest game ever made. But that's because I think what makes that game so great is it has a bunch of those kinds of extraneous features, but they aren't extraneous in that game. Like the clearing rooms thing is like a great
Look
marketing
at this one.
bit.
Tempest Edax Rerum.
Time devours all things.
Jeez, cherry bunch of folks we got here.
Something that you can like put on the box or put in an interview to sell people on the game.
No swords. Ah, this isn't it.
But it's not just a gimmick. It is like, it does add to the gameplay. Like you're saying here, the big shell environment worked well for super rehearsed clearing animations, right? Like, it actually does work really well in that space. A lot of games otherwise, I think, will, they'll do one and not the other.
Date is correct, but the swords are upside down. Wrong one.
They'll have a cool gimmick that isn't really that useful in gameplay.
Darn.
Kind of like the horse balls of Red Dead Redemption, right? They're like, oh, the physics are so realistic in this game, like the weather and climate and everything can even impact the size of a horse's testes.
Not our guy.
Yeah, that doesn't like really matter though, I mean, it's kind of a funny thing. It's something you put on the box to like try and sell somebody on it, but then they play the game and they're like not thinking about that at all, right?
Yeah, well, swords are a match.
Ooh.
So is the ear. Sam, come here.
Where'd you find it?
Benjamin Bridgman.
That's Avery's alias.
Something odd about this skull, though. It's like it doesn't belong to the stone.
Well, what's odd about it is that's not Avery's sigil.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the skull should be facing
Sideways.
Yeah!
What is that? My God.
You ready for this?
I've been waiting for a long time. Man, look at that.
Alright, I got all my dynamite. Anything else going on here? We'll come back here later, so don't you worry. Your little butt. Your wee little bum. But, does this lead to anything interesting, or...? It doesn't really seem like it. Just a place for me to crawl around? In case I were to get into a scrape? Alright, sorry. I'm screwing around too much. The environments are just so gorgeous, I want to spend an eternity in them. I read that like somebody posted that in the chat, but it was just me saying it.
It's a crypt.
A crypt? Hidden behind a secret door?
I assume the secret door was added afterwards.
To hide his loot.
A miracle at long last, and on our
The old
good
monks wrote
Saint
this.
Dismas's feast day, weeks after we learned the Crown's intent to shutter our cathedral and reclaim our lands, a stranger wandered into our midst as my novice and I concluded our morning prayer. Startling vision with flint-colored eyes and a thick, unkempt beard. He was clothed in a naval captain's uniform, bearing a magnificent sword and a large leather satchel. We bade him join us, and he graciously accepted. At mealtime, the stranger related a sad tale of a battle at sea and the desire to bury his fallen comrades on sacred ground. confessing a kinship of sorts with our good St. Dismas. And thus we shared our own tales of woe, the grounds in disrepair, no money forthcoming from the crown, and the cathedral abandoned, save for the two of us. He nodded knowingly before drawing out of his satchel a quantity of gold coins, the likes of which we'd never seen. The stranger offered us this in exchange for our land and all the something contained within the grounds. Though I felt conflicted with my desires, in the end, I felt to turn him down would be foolish. With this amount of gold, we can certainly do more good. Alright, fine. I'll have to read I'll read it. Though my beliefs conflicted with my desires, in the end I felt to turn him down would be foolish. With this amount of gold, we can certainly do more good elsewhere than here along this forgotten coastline. As for the stranger, may these lands serve his intentions well, whatever they may be. March 25th, 1697. Fabulously legible. I love games like this that give you like a real handwritten, kind of note to read. And then they'll give you like a text version that you can also scroll through. But I like at least attempting to read the original version. But this got me in a real bind when I was playing Alan Wake 2 in the DLC. In one of the DLCs, there's a note like that. There's like a puzzle based around a note like that. And evidently, the like text version had like a different date or a different code or whatever than the printed one that I was reading. So I was like trying to solve the puzzle and it wasn't working, and I was getting so frustrated. And then I found out that apparently they decided to change the date and didn't update the asset. And most people probably don't notice because they're definitely not reading the physical note like me. But hey, if they're putting that work into the asset, then I want to read it. I want to enjoy it. Look at this nice fog. This is nice. Very atmospheric. Technologically, I don't really know if it's like that impressive. But
Oh, gang's all here.
the gang's all here. That's a fine thing to
Jesus.
say.
Dismas on the left.
Penitent thief,
Gestus on the right.
jerk thief.
Okay, what do you have to say?
Avery sure had a thing for St. Dismas, huh?
Well, Avery fancied himself a good thief, right? Only plundered and murdered the non-British heathens.
Guess that's what passed for good back then.
Good enough.
Now, I love another, Naughty Dog is great with the little details. So here we just noticed you can, like, shine, your light in his face, and he'll squint his eyes and turn away. Isn't that cute? He's like, eh. That's nice. Most games, they don't even bother doing that. And again, it's not a tech thing. It's just more of like a time and resource thing,
Some kind of lamp. Hey, Smokey. Need your lighter over here.
Smoky.
You know, that hurts my feelings.
Not as much as it hurts your lungs.
Thank you, Father Duffy.
Isn't that something?
The light's coming from the other side of the wall.
All right, time for a puzzle. Don't you agree?
Let's see here.
Ah, I can aim the lights.
Hey, here we go.
So, what do we think? This is pretty wide. Excuse me. Almost. There we go.
I think you got that one.
I like that also the first puzzle is hitting the noble versus ignoble thief motif. Yes, definitely. Lots of good good thief and jerk thief. Which thematically plays quite well with the
That looks
story,
right.
right? Drake trying to be a noble thief with a heart of gold, always competing for treasure against an evil thief. Exactly, exactly. But guess what? They both died. They both lost their life
Nathan,
for being thieves,
that's it. You got it.
for thieving at all. Maybe Nathan thinks of himself as the Jesus in this scenario.
Looks like a constellation.
Yeah, that's Libra. The scales of justice.
That's an interesting choice for a bunch
So
of
smart.
pirates.
I don't know my constellations at all. I definitely
Okay,
could not
let's
pick
give
one
this a
out like
shot.
this. But I guess if I was Nathan, it would kind of be my job, right? To know that sort of thing.
Ben Sesame.
Wrong treasure.
Shush. Well, nice view. No treasure, though.
No, but look, you see those crosses?
Oh, yeah. Hey, is that a cave right below?
Yeah, I think Avery's trying to tell us where to go next. There's one problem, though. Going back that way means we have to go back toward the cathedral.
And back towards Rafe. Shit. Well, let's not keep him waiting.
So these animations, when they have conversations out here, they're not as good. I think I talked about this last week. They get the job done. They're passable. But I think they're hoping that you're not staring intently at them. And instead, yeah, you're transplanting your ideas onto the characters. Man, this looks great. But yeah, that was something I had read in an interview with one of the developers, was how they put so much time and effort into the fancy cutscene graphics and animations. And then when you play the game, they don't have to put in 110% effort like they do in the cutscenes, but because you've seen the cutscenes, you just kind of transplant that into the game. You just kind of imagine, oh, they probably are looking the same even when I'm not looking at their face, and I'm not getting the camera right up to the follicles on their skin. Okay.
Shit.
They opened the gate up there.
Oh, good, because that's the way we gotta go. All right, follow my lead.
So this is a level I played a lot of 10 years ago. There's a trophy for getting through this whole level without being caught. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to take everybody out, but just that you got to get to the gate without having been seen. I think you still need to leave some people alive. There's like a little special animation where they like very quietly raise the gate up there. I already got that trophy, so I'm not going to be doing it again, but I do remember playing it quite a bit. I uploaded my me getting that achievement on this channel, so if you're really bored, you can just go watch a 10-year-old video of me getting that trophy, Ghost in the Graveyard trophy. Good times. I got to use the built-in software on the PlayStation 4 to edit the video, which was neat. Surprisingly capable. But man, I remember, yeah, just doing this level so many times. It's very funny. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is where I'm like, yep, I'm gonna restart. Most of the time when I play, but I'm not doing that today, except for when I just did it right now. But I just haven't done a great job of tagging all my enemies. that. Come on. Come on. Oh, he's not scooting over. Is it because my brother's in the way? Oh. There's that guy to tag him either. I love that somehow they don't see me. Oh my gosh, definitely not what I meant to do. No, I'm trying to go up, yeah, like that. There we go. I just don't want to run off of the edge. But I guess the game is smart enough to not let me do that, huh? You can't make the gap? Doesn't seem to want to make the gap. Why can't you jump this? That's alright. It's not a huge deal. I'll just drop. Run on over here.
I can't believe you got away.
Apparently, she tossed him out of a far-story window.
And he survived. Gosh, you can't bless it.
That auction was fully guarded.
Not by shoreline. And not by our
Oh.
What the?
Uh-oh.
Hang on.
Look at me. I'm still doing it. I'm still trying to get away with murder. I can't help my nature. I just like to sneak.
Wait. Got something over there.
Be careful, dude. Got a bad feeling here.
Wait a minute now. Yes, yes. Look at us go.
I want to search started now.
On it. Go.
We're sneaking through. Alright, that was worth it.
That's how it's done.
That is how it's done. Now, I don't remember
get
the
out of here
specific
before
for
they
the
realize we
trophy.
gave them the
Do you get
slip.
the trophy for doing that? I'm not sure. I already have the trophy, so
How you holding up?
I'm not worried about it.
Great. I was kind of hoping to find the treasure back there, but it's never that easy, right?
No,
It's
it
been my
never is.
experience.
Plus, there was a cool constellation thing.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's kind of another fun dynamic here. They're both like sort of treasure hunters, but now Nathan has like so much more experience. So they get to kind of lampoon. They're like, oh yeah, I've done all of this, I've done all of that. Not in my experience does it work out this way. That's nice. Love this image, dude. Like a weathered rock with a crucifix. Looks
Right
nice.
under that high cross.
Now, why is there a
where
high
Avery
cross and a
wants us.
lower cross? I don't
Avery wants,
understand that. That
Avery
kind of takes
gets.
away from the excitement. I would just keep the lower cross.
Kid, what's your status?
Sully.
Hey, Sully. We're on the trail, but treasure's closer to the cathedral than we originally thought.
Oh boy. So what do you need me to do?
Just keep those engines warm. We'll be back before too long.
You got it. Keep me posted.
Will do.
We continue on. Wasn't sure I was gonna make that.
Control up ahead.
I hear him.
My gun HUD has shown up, so that means enemies are afoot.
You, of all people, appreciate the downtime. Nobody wants another Port Moresby on our head.
Port
How about
Moresby.
don't talk if you weren't there, eh? Everything's called a massacre nowadays to generate fun.
We don't need that kind of press.
Everything is getting called a massacre these days. Jeez.
Very piratey.
Why'd you bring it up then? I said forget it. Whatever.
Flintlock pistol I will not be using, but... Is there anything else back here? Treasure, maybe? The treasure I already picked up or something? Or is it just this flintlock pistol that I don't really want to use? I don't know, that maybe I should. Not using guns anyway. I already have a fancy gun though. You only felt like a story. I don't even know if you really felt a story. Got him. Oh. I was not expecting that, but hey, I'll take it. Okay. Is that everybody?
I guess there's no getting away from these guys.
Yeah, and there'll only be more as we get closer to the cathedral.
Alright. So... Oh, treasure. Treasure! Pewter Singing Bird Box. You guys remember that movie?
Nathan, found a ladder over here.
Okay, coming.
Tell me more.
Here we go.
You need a boost.
Come on, I'll boost
Got
you
it.
up there.
All right.
Lots of boosting as well. That's happening all the time in The Last of Us.
Too high to reach you.
What about Uncharted?
Yeah, hang on a sec.
Yeah, I'll hang.
See what's by that wooden
Or
structure.
stand.
Hey, I got something. Here we go.
Tell me more.
Christ, this thing's heavy.
What exactly are you doing?
Giving you way up. That'll support even your weight.
Ah, thank you.
Even my weight. I'm Nathan Drake. What is he? He's talking to him like he's fat Nathan. Donut
You
Drake.
don't
Sorry,
think the
that was
monks
his name.
built this?
No way. Some kind of pulley system.
To lift a whole bunch of treasure?
To lift something. Can't believe I missed this.
Collide in
We were
midair.
meant to find it together.
Ah, so romantic.
You were meant to find it. That's so sweet. Alright. So now we do it from this side. Ooh, and then we climb up it this way.
Hey, we can climb this!
On my way.
These are some beautiful rocks, very much worth climbing. I would love to get to climb on these rocks. I don't think I would be as agile as Nathan Drake, but...
Okay, maybe this wasn't such a good idea! No!
Alright.
Holy shit!
Drunken said, I like the idea of all the gravel
Be
being
careful
from
coming around the
dynamiting.
corner.
It gives a good difference between Drake as a thoughtful, low-impact historian versus Evil Ray for Lazarevich blowing up history.
That was amazing.
Oh, save your strength, huh? We're not done yet.
Which is very much
Lead
true.
the way.
The image of... It adds to the image of Rafe being like a...
Hope this holds.
You know, like a rich kid blowing up like his sandbox, basically, right?
Oh! This is a good idea! Oh! Ah!
Nice. Now, Rafe, he's got money, but I think he's more in it for the fame. He wants to be famous. Whereas, yeah, it's true that Nathan, he is much more interested in the
Cliff thing!
history, because he's the knowledge guy.
You have a real knack for breaking things.
He's always got the knowledge.
All right, here we go.
Everyone's relying on him to know what's up, know where to go. Whoa.
easier from here.
Whee!
Oh, we got it.
Makes you think of Shadow of the Colossus, huh?
Feel my hands. I think I've
Or
looked enough
no,
so that I've always used a
Eco.
pen.
Eco. Makes you think of Eco.
I'll help you out.
The end of Eco. Can you come help me up, please? Woo!
There you go. Where would you be without me, huh?
Probably at home. Drinking hot cocoa.
What are you, 5?
Oh, tell me you wouldn't go for some hot cocoa.
Yeah,
right
what's
now.
wrong with hot cocoa?
Yeah, exactly.
Hot
Here we
cocoa
go.
is the best. Maybe not the best. It's pretty great, though. I like it with milk, even though that does make it a little rich. But not too rich. It's a great little treat. Oh, I'm supposed to be going down. I was like, why can't I go over? We got some explosives here.
We're getting closer, Rafe.
I know.
But why explode when you can choke to death?
Rolling in fast. You've been in South Sudan too long. Unlike you reptiles, I'm a warm-blooded creature.
Called us reptiles. Oh. Darn. Okay, let's see. What's that? Oh.
There's a guy down over here. We're not alone. Search every nook and cranny.
All the nooks, and especially the crannies. Got him, dude. Nathan getting so physical. Oh, he saw something. Grass wasn't exactly very tall, huh?
Find anything?
There's so many dudes.
Nothing.
Oh, including a guy over here? Well, he's getting pushed off for sure. Oh, uh-oh. Just shot my brother in the chest. Finally, one of those shots landed. We'll blow that guy up. Some pretty nice particle effects. They look pretty good, those explosions. A lot of that does just come down to resolution, but they look a lot better than
Let's hope we're done
the
with these
last gen
idiots.
Uncharted's. Okay. So there, I got into one scrape. Are you happy with my one scrape? Am I not supposed to get up there? That's kind of my... What I was... Oh, let's go this way.
Hey, careful. Might be unstable after the blast.
Who does excavation with dynamite?
Mercenaries. I think Rafe would know better, though. Hey, Sam, help me with this.
Yeah, it is kind of comical.
What if it's the only thing holding the tunnel up?
Then I'll apologize.
All right.
Sorry. Again, how many of those do I remember going through in The Last of Us? Let me hold up the gate on one side so you can get through the other side. Mostly just so we can make sure you can't go back. That's fine. But you do it enough times, you start to notice. Anything up here? Well, it's the same. Oh, okay.
Those things look
Snow is
sturdy to
coming
you?
in, and the snow is
Sturdy
looking
enough.
great. Snow particles flying around. The readability of these
Hey,
environments is
Be
quite
extra
nice.
careful on these.
Not having much trouble knowing where to go.
Oh, crap!
Remember, extra careful?
Thanks. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good.
A journal entry. Anything under here? Looks like the kind of place where you'd hide something. But I'm not seeing anything, so I guess we'll leave now. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Moving our way up here.
Kid, dog's picking up. How's it looking?
We're about to head into the cave.
Cave?
Yeah, might lose contact for a bit. Don't get too worried.
Alright. Keep the porch light on for you.
All right. Call you soon.
Sully's like, give me some updates.
We made it. It's quite the
He's
detour.
not happy with his lack of
Let's go
updates.
see what Avery left for us.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. I would like to see, please.
Shoreline assholes were right next to this cave.
Yeah, but I think we're the first ones in here.
Sam is smart, though. That's true. Sam is, he doesn't have as much, say, experience as Nathan, but they both have the passion for history.
Come on, through here.
Nate's more of a
I
goody
didn't eat a big
two-shoes.
breakfast.
Creepy St. Dismas statues? Check.
Carved stairs? Check.
Nathan, I think it's safe to say we're in a pirate cave.
So yeah, it's easier to imagine somebody like Nathan being interested in the history, but
Sure looks like it.
it's fun to see Sam. It makes it seem like, oh, he's bringing him back to his younger days, his older passions for history that he had to leave behind as he wasted
Little
away in
slimy.
prison.
There's a handle in here or something.
Well, give it a pull.
What? Could be a trap.
You're already in there. What's the worst that can happen?
I lose my hand?
So we'll get you a nice hook. Give it a pull.
Someone's got to pull it.
Hook. All right, here we go.
Tombstone rolls away.
Really?
Hello, hello.
It's pretty interesting decor.
For those who prove worthy, paradise awaits. To those who prove false, behold your grim fate.
Yeah, well, I guess Avery was a better pirate than a poet.
This isn't Avery's.
Hmm?
What do you mean?
Look,
It's the Rhode Island pirate.
Thomas too.
Yeah, but it can't be him. I mean, this is clearly his sigil, but two died attacking the same treasure fleet as Avery.
Yeah, well, at least that's what the stories tell us.
If this really is Two's mark, then that means he's involved in all of this. How?
That's a damn good question.
What do you think,
Who do
viewer?
you think these guys are?
Chapter
Those who prove
9.
false, I guess.
Those who
I think Avery
prove
or
worthy.
Thomas too were just trying to scare us.
Good thing we're jaded treasure hunters.
Good thing.
I'm gonna take a look at our journal here. Water wheel for power? Elevator system? Sunken ship. Deliberately sunk? Did they take treasure up here and sink the ships to hide the evidence? Pirate's path? 2 sigil? What's he doing in Scotland? For those who prove worthy, paradise awaits. For those who prove false, behold your grim fate. So yeah, lots of death traps. The moon was said to be in Libra when the city of Rome was founded, and the sun passed Libra on the autumnal equinox back then, so they associate it with balance and later with justice. We received the due reward of our deeds. Today you will join me in paradise. Cool. I'll just hang here. You guys have fun. The dormitories. Henry's garden. Not quite a garden. St. Dismas Cathedral. Nathan is a good artist. Agreed. He's pretty good at sketching. I do not have the ability to sketch like he does. Big Box Scion. Want to see something cool? We're en route to New York for a shareholder meeting, but Adler has no interest in discussing business. Instead, he shows me his latest find, a fabulous jeweled egg. One of a kind, he says. I had to do some serious digging, go out in the field, but that's the best part. It's no fun if you don't get your hands a little dirty. We'll be fine. It's not like Rafe is a psychopath with unlimited resources. Meanwhile, Shoreline aids rebels in civil war. Shoreline's presence in the capital city confirms what many already suspected. Nadine Ross is continuing her ambitious expansion of Shoreline's resources, involving them in several theaters of conflict around the globe. Or that Nadine's got a mean high kick and an army at her beck and call. Rap! I love this, like, wasteland leaving behind them. Ibuprofen for dinner. I think I'm also getting too old for this kid, said Nathan Drake. A crow will not pluck out the eye of another crow. Honor among thieves. There must be a beginning of any great matter, but the continuing into the end until it be thoroughly finished yields the true glory. Alright. Now we're basically caught up to speed. So, two's sigil, his sign, is on this sign. Got it. And yeah, we got some more ominous markings here, but nothing else to do but press on.
Whoa!
Yeah, great stuff.
It's okay, it's holding. Come on.
Hurry.
These bridges are clearly not built to code.
Sure they are. The pirate code.
Not bad.
It was... yeah. Okay. I've seen better. Okay. Making progress. What's in here? In this beautiful part of the cave. It's another puzzle! Oh no!
Well, we're not going back that way.
At least we didn't get dropped in a pit or something.
Sorry, just enjoying the last of my sparkling frost.
This is elaborate.
Very
You could say
elaborate.
that.
Not unlike some of the other puzzles we've had to do, though. Love these carvings, these masters of death. I don't know what you would call these guys. They look great. Okay, well, anything else to investigate?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the hand out. Whoa. Jesus.
Somebody got this far.
It's a pretty elaborate test. Trial.
Yeah. And this guy clearly failed.
But it won't happen to me. Okay, anything else to
Something
examine?
on the bottom there.
It's a bucket.
Huh. Okay.
I love the, huh, okay. Sam's always given one of those. He's letting us do
Now
the
what?
thinking. There's some water down here. Very cold water,
Bucket
I can
filled.
imagine.
All right, pass it up to me.
over there, but I'm over here. Nice.
Put it back in that big wheel thingy.
Loving the bucket sounds we're getting. Big wheel thingy.
Alright, let's see what these wheels do.
Okay.
Okay, I
So we
think
got
I see
4
what's going on here.
cranks.
There's something with the 3 crosses?
Yeah.
4
I'm
cranks.
guessing we're
3
looking at
crosses.
Jesus, our good thief Dismas, and the jerk thief Gestus.
I'm gonna figure the white cross is Dismas.
So the black one is Gestus.
Yeah. That was my thought as well. So, let's turn the cranks accordingly. Let's see. I'm not the most amazing at these puzzles, but let's see what I can figure out. I think, let me think here. Oh, no. Because we want, this to be in the center. I think we're also kind of trying to pass this... Oh my gosh, please stop. This water bucket up to the top, right? Yeah.
Check it out. Something up there moved when you put the bucket on top.
Yeah.
There's a channel running from the mechanism to the door.
Okay, so bucket on top is good. Keep it there.
So let's see. How do we want to do this? Go this way. And then down here, maybe? I'm gonna carry this over to the other side. So, oh wait, no, not that one. This one. Let's flip them. Okay. And then maybe get it up here like that. So then we can say put that there. Well, maybe not yet. Oops. Let's see. Because that's gotta go there. And this has to go here. But then we gotta get that up here. Now what if we... Oops. Not that direction. Keep spinning the wrong way. Okay, what if we put it there? Then we rotate this up. Wrong way again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like that. Well, it's still not exactly right, but if we do this, then we can rotate this guy. No. This way. Thank you. And then we just have to spin this down like so.
Okay, that's gotta be it.
That's correct, yeah?
Let's find out.
Let's? So you're gonna pull the switch?
Yeah, you pull the switch.
Oh, no. I'd hate to deprive you of that privilege.
Oh, you don't?
Of course.
You don't believe in the job I did? I'm pretty happy with that. Whoa!
Nathan, look. I think you got it.
All right, see?
Oh, shishkinates. Oh, Nate kebabs today.
Shishkinates or Nate kebabs. They liked
So,
both of them,
if
so
that was a test,
they did both.
what do you suppose it was testing exactly? Filling a bucket?
I had to know about St. Dismas, whom I bet Avery and all of his crew were intimately familiar with.
Not that hard of a test.
Maybe it's not the only one.
The journal entries, that's something that I think is really new to this game that carried over into The Last of Us Part 2, sketching There's lots of option. The optional conversation stuff that came from The Last of Us, and that's still in this game. And artifacts, you know, that's also been around for a while. Notes and things. But while Nate's been like sketching in his sketchbook for several games, I don't know if like the optional sketchbook drawings really came into form until this game.
Okay.
I like them.
To get up to that broken bridge.
I say why not for
Good
like
guess.
another
Let's
collectible.
look for a way up. Hey, come here. I'll boost you up there.
Coming.
It places more emphasis on the drawings and makes them feel a little more personal. You see him kind of whip out his sketchbook every now and then in the
got something
previous
for you up
games,
here.
but now it's like a little more deliberate.
Use this to reach those handholds on the wall over there.
Good call.
Okay. To reach, oh, these handles. Got it. Do that.
Follow me.
Now, Drake, you were saying this earlier. Oh, I see some treasure down there. You see that flashing? But yeah, a lot of the pushing stuff around, even though it's, you know, from The Last of
They're sure
Us,
not making
it
this
still
easy,
is
are they?
so impressive
I imagine it was
physics-wise,
easier when all the
how they're able to just
bridges and
handle it and
walkways
make
were
it seamless, and it's even better in this game.
I guess we're a couple hundred years late. Let's see what's in here. There's a low ceiling here. Watch it.
Touch my ah?
Get it. You need me to slow down for you? This way. Through here. I see some light through here. Ah, catacombs.
Catacombs.
That makes sense. We're under a cathedral.
Yeah, in The Last of Us, there is still definitely a lot of, like, you know, the physics object, it has to snap to, like, an area, a region. I'm guessing that's probably not the case in the remake in Part 1, but in the original, it is very much true. Okay, why, where, what, who, what, where, why, what's happening? Am I not trying to, I'm assuming that I kind of climb up here. There we go. Ooh. Hang on.
Hold on. What? Listen.
Look at this
Anything
camera.
noteworthy by the dormitories?
Not unless you count some cleverly worded headstones.
Have you finished digging by the chapter house?
We have, ma'am. The northwest sites are wide open as well.
And what about the southern perimeter?
Not yet. It'll take us a day to move the crane over there.
Nadine.
Make it happen. In the meantime, see what you can dig up without it.
I'll send a couple of men over right away.
Good. Rafe, any luck with those manuscripts?
Can we have a minute?
Keep me updated.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
This is not gonna be good.
Did you hear? They found a whole annexed area under the cathedral.
Yeah, that's cool.
I did. Have you seen it?
No? Why?
Because there wasn't much left after they'd finished finding it.
My men have been a bit liberal with the
They're
dynamite.
like 100 well-armed bulls in a china shop.
But they've made more progress in 2 days than we've made in months.
Progress. I can't analyze rubble.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll let them know they need to give you a heads up before they do anything drastic.
Or you can tell them to sit tight until I analyze the few clues that haven't been blown up.
No, we can't sit around waiting any longer.
All due respect, I think I have a bit more experience with this sort of thing than you do.
We tried things your way.
Bullshit. You've been wanting to level this place ever since we got here.
No! I wanted to steal that cross long before it ever even made it to that auction. The same auction where I couldn't have my men around to deal with any surprises.
The auction was the cleanest way
But
to get the
instead
cross.
of going with my gut, I listened to you. And now we have competition.
Oh, well, I didn't think he'd show up.
Or maybe you wanted to draw him out.
Why the hell would I do that?
Because you think you need him. And maybe you do. Point is, I'm done trying to do things the clean way. If the treasure is here, we'll find it. And if not, well... maybe it's time to move on, huh? Hey. It's not personal.
Of course.
I'll let you know if anything turns up.
Get a little handsy. Dude, her hair looks amazing. I know I said that last week, but I can't get over it. Just really hard to make high detail hair like that look so good.
Stop making out. Wait. You think she was right, though? About what? About Rafe wanting to draw you out. As long as he doesn't get the upper hand, who cares? Doesn't matter. What annexed area you suppose they were talking about?
It's got to be some side chamber because we're the only ones here.
Okay, so this is where we were. I'm trying to remember where we were before. I just know that there's treasure that I need to pick up. It's not like the most important thing in the world, but it's pretty damn important. Now, here, I can crawl under here, and there's no treasure for me to pick up. Really? Really? I've been playing New Game Plus in both of my Last of Us playthroughs, and so it makes it kind of confusing. I'm expecting to see stuff, and then I don't see it there, and I'm like, I must have picked it up on my previous playthrough. And other times I pick stuff up, I'm like, well, what? I didn't see that last time? Was I dumb? What happened? Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is the treasures over here? Am I right or wrong? I don't know what I'm doing. The treasure's probably gone for good. What do I know? So this is where... Is this not where I already came from, or...?
Hang on.
Oh, look at you.
One crate coming up.
Thank you, good sir.
Okay. I'm all turned around. That's all right.
Well, we're definitely getting closer to the cathedral.
Oh, what's left of it.
This is the treasure I was looking for. This is where we came from. It's over here. So go over here, drop down, pick up my treasure. Look at that! What? A skull watch? Whoa, dude, this is incredible. Oh my gosh, this looks awesome. What? I don't remember finding treasures like that in the last few Uncharted games. Good looking stuff. Okay, that's cool.
Gotta say, this is far more sophisticated than I was expecting.
Me too. Must have taken years to build.
Spared no expense to hide 400 million bucks. Here goes nothing.
What's the plan here? I'm gonna climb up. That's a cute lamp shading or acknowledgement of the trope that Drake figures out the puzzles. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And again, it's fun that they get to do so much of that in this game with Sam as the brother, the fact that it's like a finale. It's kind of nice. Memento Mori always makes me think of John Green. As you can imagine, he's a big fan of the phrase. I can't stop thinking about, oh, there's a treasure back there. 28 years later, and how we keep hearing Ray Fiennes say, Memento Mori. But I'm pretty sure I remember you saying the same thing when we saw that movie. It was like, oh yeah, that's John Green's Memento Mori guy. Whoa! There's no way that would that would work. But man, that was fun. That
Who needs
looked
bridges?
goddamn
Oh,
cool.
no, I wouldn't mind bridges, per se.
Well, can't go through there.
So how do we get through?
I don't mind bridges per se.
Over here.
I like Sam. I like his character.
This
I like
place wasn't
the
completely
things that he
falling
says.
apart. We'd probably be trapped again.
Nathan, look around you.
Holy crap.
Look how beautiful this is.
Must have been another test, but it all just crumbled into the ocean.
Well, I guess the test now is, how the hell do we get to the other side?
Oh, what's this?
April 1701. Let it be known that one Thomas Howard, captain of the Dauntless. Oh, wait. Let it be known that I, Thomas Howard, captain of the Dauntless, am a gullible fool. It started with the cross, a cryptic message from my old compatriot with a vague promise of paradise. I was skeptical, but the thought of living the remainder of my days at home, wondering what might have been, was too much to bear, and one does not ignore a letter from the king of pirates. I'm assuming that's what that says. I survived being marooned off the coast of Madagascar. I survived the attack of the East Indian Pembroke, but I will not survive this. My leg is broken, and my crew, too cowardly to set foot in these damned caverns, cannot hear my calls for help. Who could have imagined my deeds would bring me here, to die an ignoble death so far from home? May God himself curse you, Henry Avery, and may my ghost haunt you for the rest of your days. Thomas Howard. I did a pretty good job reading that, huh? What reaching into that felt like. Was it really that wet? Wonder why. I just thought it was like a wet rock or something. So this, I gotta say, this is making me think of Uncharted 2, right? When you're like doing all that jumping around in the ice cave. There's a lot of snow and there's these like giant structures that are kind of falling apart.
That really safe-looking wooden seesaw thing might do the trick.
Worth a shot. Well, here goes nothing.
Well,
Nathan, stop! You won't make it. You're too low.
I know. So you're gonna help me or what?
I'll weigh it down. Go.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Made it.
I'll find a way to weigh it down.
Now, what about me? Check out all that machinery. You know, really makes you...
The gears too. That was also in that same level, right?
Any luck?
Not the
Okay,
only
I
level
found
of
something
gears,
to weigh
but,
down the seesaw.
but they love giant gears. All right, what's going on here? Let's move. Keep it going.
It's heavier than I am.
This is what, the fourth, fifth of these.
There
Here we go. Whee!
Hey, nice air time.
Now that was fun, huh?
Well, if treasure hunting doesn't work out, we can always join the circus. Not if they have clowns. Now, still not over. Crap!
Still not over that, huh? Thanks, bro.
There, thanks. There's another test down.
Yeah, at this point, I'd rather take another death trap.
At this point, I hope we're at the end of this thing. Come on.
I love Sam's character design is so good. Is like Widow's Peak with his kind of receding hairline. Definitely makes him look like sleazy and untrustworthy.
Okay, getting a bit dramatic with the statues here.
And makes him the obviously older brother.
Burial site. Or build elaborate
It looks really good for his age.
Ugh. I'll never get used to this.
It's another cross. At least this one has some jewels on it, right?
Whoa, whoa, don't touch it.
Why?
Look at it. It's the only valuable thing we've seen in this cave.
Right.
This is another test.
Agreed.
Yeah. Or lack thereof.
Okay, so...
It's gotta be the coins.
Are we sure about this?
I'm pretty sure.
Whoa.
Pretty sure we'll have to do.
Just one now.
Agreed. I got it.
Agreed.
Please don't be a trap.
It's a fun little puzzle, right? Whoa, I'd recognize that island anywhere.
You recognize the shape?
It's Madagascar.
It's my favorite DreamWorks movie.
Look.
This shape.
Star right here.
It's Kings Bay.
Yes, it is.
Son of a bitch.
Damn it.
He's screwing with us.
What are you talking about?
Avery. He's screwing with us. This was supposed to be it, so where's the goddamn treasure, huh? I mean, Kings Bay, great. Well, what's next? North Pole? Outer space? Nathan.
For those who prove worthy, paradise awaits. He was recruiting.
Who was recruiting?
Avery was recruiting.
Recruiting for what?
Uh-oh. Just blasted right in. Hey, guys.
You gentlemen are very, very noisy.
You're one to talk,
Guns on the
bro.
floor. Slowly. I still owe you from last time.
Throwing me out a window didn't do it for you?
Rafe. Rafe, come in.
I'm at the graveyard. Nadine, hey, we're here.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
What? Where are you?
What?
Come back to the cathedral. Follow the holes.
Follow the holes.
And for God's sakes, don't shoot him yet.
Not want to hurry then. Kings Bay.
Yeah, but, where in Kings Bay?
I'm gonna study and destimulate for the night. Goodbye, genius, handsome Rickkity-T. Thank you very much for being such a sweet. Good night.
Let me guess.
Enjoy your time. Until we meet again.
You're gonna be waiting a long time.
And I love you.
Sorry, boys. I'm not here to negotiate. Bring me the crucifix.
It's not a crucifix.
What?
It's not a crucifix.
Crucifix refers to cross that. You know what? Never mind.
Don't touch it!
She's like, don't save me. Shoot them. Alright. We got work to do. Oh. good. Ooh, look at that. Looks rightfully spooky.
On it!
Whoa. How about this for a set piece?
That's my chance.
I love the stark lighting. I feel like I'm in the mines of Moira. Gun obtained because I'm the slickest man that ever lived. Ooh. Guess we don't have to worry about them anymore.
I'm working on it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Nope. Ha! Sorry. I was not paying attention. I knew they had lost me for a moment.
We gotta go up to get out.
Gotta go a little higher.
Go. That works. Hey, Sam!
I don't think I'm supposed to be beating these guys up. Oh! I really thought that was it for me. There's another guy over here?
Man, we really kicked the hornet's nest, didn't we?
Yeah. Sorry, I can't see.
That was close.
Hang on. I gotta reorient myself. Who doesn't love a shot-off shotgun moment?
Ah, great.
He's gone. Alright, anything else interesting happening around here? Keep moving forward. Blow that guy up. Oh yeah, I have dynamite. Let's throw some dynamite, huh? It's like you didn't even notice. There's no dynamite. More bullets for my sawed-off shotgun. Got him.
God damn it, Nate! I can hear the fireworks from here. What the hell's going on?
That's right. I was supposed
Long
to keep
story.
updating Sully.
Short version is get us the hell out of here.
Yeah, figure. Hold tight. Be there as soon as I can.
Give me a moment here. Aim this. Like so. How about that? Oh, uh-oh. Now, unfortunately, no more throwing back grenades in this game, huh? That was like one of my favorite parts of Uncharted 3. I definitely miss being able to do that. Run out of sawed-off shotgun. Oh.
My turn now.
Okay. Anybody else?
Let's keep moving.
No. Of course not. Oh, but what about my sawed-off shotgun? I was having fun. Put that down. There we go. My 3 bullets of sawed-off shotgun. I'm gonna make so much use. No other bullets. Okay. Just making sure. If they want me to drop it, then I'll drop it.
Oh shit, Sam, sniper! Find cover!
And now I get to snipe? Oh. 1 second, I gotta save some. Like that. Oh. I like to snipe. I like a powerful weapon. Is that it? We all good? Am I done sniping now? Because I need this sawed-off shotgun. Okay, well, let's go. Whee! Oh, wait. Ow. Oh, hang on a second. Oh my god, definitely don't do that. Sorry, it's the wrong, not the grenade. Not really a grenade, it's more dynamite. So look at that, Sam took out an enemy. There we go. Alright, now I'll have to drop this weapon. That's fine. Yeah. Thanks for ducking, Sam. Okay, anything else cool around here? Doesn't seem like it. Let's get a move on.
No! Kind of. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, it is.
Definitely.
Wasn't Victor saying the weather is lovely this time of year? I can't see shit! Just keep heading down until we hit the water!
Oh. Ha! Not what they meant. Whoops. Another moment where I'm like, I don't immediately know where to go, so. But hey, now we get to watch the plane fly over. That was kind of fun, huh?
No! Kind of. Yeah. Yes. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Okay, I see. Whoa.
Wasn't Victor saying the weather is lovely this time of year? I can't see shit! Just keep heading down until we hit
So
the
it's
water!
just keep heading down, but then I have to go up. Turn right to go left. Whee! I know, but I'm having fun. You're right. Me and my bro just sliding down the gravel.
Gotta get past these guys!
Didn't kill him. That didn't kill him either. I like that he says take cover when I'm like low on health. Okay.
Boys, they're shooting at my plane. Hurry the hell up, or you're right for the
No worries, man. I'm on the way. This way? And kind of around here, right?
Get ready!
Whee! Let's get out of here. Classic Nathan Drake scrape. really? No, this is pretty much how it always goes. Hey, thanks for getting me out of there, huh?
They shot up my goddamn plane, Nathan.
How dare they?
Thanks. How soon can you get us to Madagascar?
Matter what?
No treasure then.
Not yet. I don't know what you're talking about. Look, we're rich.
Jesus. Suppose it's a start. You think the rest is in Madagascar?
Well, there was a chamber back there with a giant map of Madagascar on the floor, so... yeah, it's probably there.
This is beginning to smell a whole lot like wild goose, kid.
Look, the treasure was never in Scotland, okay?
Then what was the point of all that, huh? Of the St. Dismas
Look,
cross?
it's like I said. I think Avery was recruiting people.
Have you ever played an Uncharted game
Cross was
before?
an
It's never at the
invitation.
first
caves were
location.
Just some sort of initiation.
Oh, so we all passed, huh? Congrats, Victor. We get eye patches and parrots now.
I don't get it. Why the hell would they go to all that bother just to weed people out?
To protect himself. Look, Avery was the most wanted man in the world at that time. He had to enlist people that he could
That's
trust
true.
in order to keep their treasure secret.
What do you mean, their treasure?
Just think about this. Thomas, too, was a successful pirate in his own right. What would he possibly stand to gain from joining Avery? I think Avery sent out crosses only to the other wealthy pirates like himself. What if they pooled and hid all their treasure together?
That would make the Gunsway all look like chump change.
Look like chump change.
Holy shit. Okay, so we're exactly
Okay,
in
I
Madagascar.
got a whiff of treasure and now I'm ready.
Kings Bay. It was an old pirate haven back in Avery's time.
I know it well. It's a big place. Anything more specific?
Well, that map chamber completely caved in, so, you know. What are you laughing about?
The people who survived the caves, the recruits. What's the one thing they would have left with?
Huh?
There's a volcano on this.
There's a volcano near Kings Bay. Which means we need to get a move on.
I love how it just like quickly is on board with this plan. Sony! Beautiful Sony smartphone. Now I always felt that that coin asset was a little low res, was disappointing looking.
Hey! Hey, Nate?
Hi, honey.
Hey, honey.
Hi, I've been trying to get a hold of you. Are you okay?
They say there's a volcano on the coin. I'm like, I guess.
There's been all that flooding. Maybe going to Malaysia during the monsoon season wasn't such a good idea.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It grounded us for sure. You know, had some equipment failure, but you know, no one's hurt or anything.
Well, as long as you guys are safe. So, are you going to start work tomorrow?
Postponed, actually. Looks like we're gonna need maybe another 10 days or so.
Ugh.
10 days.
Hey, well, why don't I just go ahead and buy a ticket then?
No.
You know, you don't have to do that. It's fine. I mean, you know, these guys always overestimate things. I'm sure it'll be less time than that.
Okay, well, you know, don't rush. Make sure that you're safe.
Oh, I will. Always do.
This conversation is
listen,
so
I'm
awkward and
sorry,
still
I gotta
is so
go.
funny.
Jameson's calling me over.
I love his Walkman phone.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
Nate makes like one phone call home and then immediately is like, sorry, Jameson's calling me. I won't call back for another 10 days. Doesn't he know what he's doing, Nathan? But he's already deep in the hole, so
What are the
gotta
satellites
keep
saying,
digging.
Victor?
Right now, not a goddamn thing. I've lost
Victor
the
goddamn Sullivan.
Hey, you know what never loses signal? Paper.
Paper. Wow. Who would have thunk it?
All right, this route right here should take us straight to the volcano. Might get a little bumpy though.
Beautiful.
Show on the road.
Another beautiful landscape, and we are about to traverse it. Look at this.
So, what are we looking for out here?
Well, the map shows all
12
these
towers.
structures around the volcano.
Obviously, as
Abandoned
gamers, we have to go
outposts,
backwards.
A handful of watchtowers.
Watchtowers?
Yeah,
Avery was the most wanted
No,
man
there's
in the
nothing
world.
back there.
So if he was hiding something out here, it makes
Roadhog
sense
Reynolds.
he'd need lookouts.
The
One of those
Overwatch
towers
reference?
is right on the volcano.
With Avery's treasure.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. I gotta take this opportunity I gotta take at least one break. So, don't nobody go nowheres. We usually wrap up not too long after this, though. I'm curious how much of Madagascar we'll get to explore, but I'll be right back. What's up? Explore. Probably my favorite part of the game right here. This is a really interesting area that's flexing a lot of, I don't know, Naughty Dog's technical prowess, maybe? And game design, too. Check this out, alright? We're driving around in a truck, a car, an SUV. We'll just call it a vehicle.
Wait here. I'll go take a look.
But we can get out at any time
Oh, Victor. Still do a lot of traveling these days?
while our characters continue to converse.
Get me away from the computer.
I was telling Nathan it's shocking how much of the business has moved to the internet. I mean, I bet you have all sorts of options to get rid of hot cargo now.
Yeah, sure, but I prefer talking to clients face to face. Get a good read on 'em. Hard to do that in a chat room talking to some guy named Antiquity Master 37.
Yeah, I can see that.
The guys deal with the internet. Trouble with the internet, that's what they're called. So what's going on here? Again, is this like another treasure that I have already found? I don't really see much to interact with here. But nonetheless, we're about to find all sorts of little outcroppings like this.
Not much to see here.
Well?
Nothing worthwhile. Come on, let's keep going. Hey, so with our luck, what are the odds this volcano is going to erupt on us?
0. It's extinct. Trust me, that's the first thing I looked up when we said we were heading for a volcano. That and where to rent the cheapest 4x4.
Wait, Sully, you're telling me that you actually did some research?
Can't let you be the know-it-all every time, kid.
Whoops!
And there are some vehicle camera assist
That bridge
options
there is
available.
what you would call rickety.
Rickety, that's me! And driving the thing is kind of fun, especially with all the mud. Whoa.
Hey,
Whoops.
careful, kid.
Sorry, I thought I was gonna... thought my 4x4 could handle that. And lots of great animations of our characters reacting to...
Hey, hang on, guys.
the,
Gotta get up to that bridge.
vehicle. Not to mention the effects of the car, like flying through the water and the dirt. It all looks great. Looks very good.
This looks promising.
And even then, the driving around is not enough. There's still a mechanic of,
Let's go, 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 go!
you know, avoiding the mud to drive on the dirt
Okay, kid.
to make it up inclines like
drop.
that, which is pretty fun.
Hey, just keep it slow. Keep it in the center.
Now,
Yeah, there's a lot of backseat driving going on. We're good. Everything's good.
Jesus Christ.
this, are there bridges like that across Madagascar? Is that a real
Onward and
thing?
upward.
There's no way. They just like let you rent a 4x4 and drive across bridges like that, but it's a fine enough game mechanic, huh?
There we go.
Don't spin out now.
Don't worry, I'm not.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my spine.
Look, tire tracks. Someone came up this way.
Ooh, lemurs. And yeah, some tire tracks
Hey,
to
look
make
up
sure
there
we
on the
know we're
hill.
going on the right
Got a tower or
path.
something.
Now we're talking.
Let's go.
Hey, Victor, what were you arguing with the rental guy?
Oh, your brother insisted on getting a 4x4 with a winch.
So you sprung for the winch, but you couldn't spring for the suspension. I got it.
Hey, it's important. Going off-road, it might rain, might be muddy.
How did we go through this whole goddamn thing and never use that winch?
Sorry, bump.
bump. Let's see, actually, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Where am I supposed to go? Trying to get up. Look at these sight lines. Awesome sight lines. Oh, we gotta go back. Let's see. So cross over here. And I'll do kind of a 3 or 4 point turn. Drive up this rock over here.
All right, hang on tight.
Shit.
Sullivan just going, ah, shit.
Take
so
this
funny.
slow, kid.
Yeah.
Love whipping around the Jeep and mudding with the boys, am I right?
Avery, too, and
Can you imagine a
some
woman
other
being
big-shot
here? It'd be
pirates
so
pulled their
annoying.
treasure and came out here because why exactly?
Who knows? Maybe for protection? British authorities were closing in on him.
Sure. Maybe he helped them disappear. I mean, the guy clearly had a knack for hiding things.
But this is like optional dialogue central.
Go.
That's why I love.
No.
That was a valiant effort.
Guess what, y'all?
Let's go check out that tower.
I'll come with.
Got some big plans for this winch.
It's in pretty good shape for something several hundred years old.
Yeah. Definitely ruins from Avery's era.
Check it out. I'm not the only one been using this winch.
There. That ought to do it. Whoa, whoa.
Ah, that looked like a problem.
Steeper than it looks. All right, ready?
Give it a shot.
The girls get to go on their own mudding trip later. You're so right. You're so right. I
Steady.
can't wait to get there.
Steady. See, Sully? Winch. Totally worth it.
We cleared a hill. It hasn't exactly paid for itself.
Honestly,
Yeah. Small victory.
that alone would tell me it paid for itself. But that's fine. You don't want to be happy about it. Yeah, in the Lost Legacy, the women get to go on their own
Sam,
mudding trip.
Look, that's Christopher Condon's sigils.
And their
Captain of the
Relationship
Fiery
is
Dragon
strengthened
operated out
as a
of
result.
Madagascar around Avery's time. So maybe Avery recruits pirate captains to what, be his lookouts? That don't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Well, maybe each captain was responsible for a tower, along with providing the men for it. Whatever the case, this certainly isn't our final stop on our tour.
True dat. But yeah, here it's just the dudes hanging out, killing time, shooting the shit. I think there's much else to do up here, huh? Again, with the treasures, I'm not exactly sure if there's. Have I gotten all the treasures or no? And I don't think I'm going to be climbing up there, so I think we're done. We can go. Lost Legacy better than Uncharted 4? I don't know. I don't think so. Just by the sheer variety of locations that they get to visit in this game. I love like Scotland and Madagascar.
Feast your
It's
eyes,
awesome.
gentlemen. Wow.
Woo!
Spectacular.
Just imagine.
Beautiful stuff.
You've come here, a well-to-do pirate far away from
That's the
your
other thing.
oppressive
Pirates.
government.
Pirates are fun and
Oh,
cool.
poor oppressed pirates. All they wanted to do was to murder and pillage in peace.
No, they wanted to live as free men.
Well, if you're gonna pick a place to run away from society, you could do a lot worse than here.
So look at this. We already have so many exciting things to go explore. We got a
It's taken
tower up to the
forever to
right.
get to this volcano.
Some kind of
Patience,
structure on the
Victor,
left
patience.
here.
Do you know how those
Tower
pirates
all
got
the way
here?
up in the
They had to
distance.
start in England, sail to Brazil, then cut back across the Atlantic to South Africa.
Damn.
And they figured all that out with paper, charts, and by looking at the stars.
Hey, you're describing sailing to a former squid.
The point is, we got it pretty easy.
Yeah, well, Still taking a long time.
Now this is a treasure I didn't find previously. I find that hard to believe. But whatever. Lost Legacy, I do really like that we get to explore two underdeveloped characters, like Nadine, who's newly introduced here. Seems really interesting, and you know, love to have a game with her. And Chloe, who's not really in this game, and
I'm good. Let's go.
Is kind of a fan favorite from a prior game, and again, to me, is like not very developed compared to, say, Elena or Nathan. I really like it. This is a big grand finale.
Whoops.
And we certainly get to see some more from our characters. I don't know, though.
Hey, Nathan, check out that cave there.
Oh, I'm checking it out.
I'm gonna hop out for a look.
Hey, you see something?
I wanted to punch the box open. Treasure. Yo, look at him. Hands on Tum. Ancient fertility idol. Looking good. This isn't like a cave I'm supposed to squeeze through, right? No. It was really just for the treasure. I got the treasure. I'm good to go. Yeah, this game is definitely better than Lost Legacy. Just the sheer... all the locations is so cool.
Onward.
All the flashback stuff is so memorable to me. On top of these, yeah, great locations.
Oh, would you look at that?
Oh shit! Stop!
Yeah?
I see him.
Lost Legacy, I would say, is
military types poking around.
Underappreciated.
Yep. Son of a bitch. Looks like they found an old colony outpost.
But the wrong one, right?
That's the good news.
That means it's bad news.
The only route to the volcano is straight through them.
Oh, shit. We do have the drop on them.
What's the play here, Nathan? Just follow my lead.
Okay, let's go. So once again, I mean, this is really impressive. Suddenly in Uncharted, we're in like an open world. We've got an enemy outpost to approach on our own terms. Isn't that awesome? And yet it still feels very Uncharted, you know, make no mistake. It's not trying to be something it ain't, right? And I love tagging enemies, just like Metal Gear Solid 5. Just, I feel like, yeah, I gotta survey the area first. Oh, I know there's somebody up there. There we go. And I will benefit from doing so. It's fun. Alright. Let's see what we can accomplish here. Nice. Anybody I'm missing? I just hate to get caught off guard by somebody I did not expect to see. Yoink. Nice. You should play Splinter Cell Conviction. Great enemy tagging action in that game. I've never... Not really familiar with Conviction. I don't know the Splinter Cell games that well. But there are a couple I've heard of that are like, oh yeah, that's the best one or whatever. I don't know if Conviction is the one is among those titles. But I don't even know, like, I couldn't guess what year, what generation Splinter Cell Conviction came out in, so... I'll have to learn more. Let's see. Oh, oh my gosh, Sully. Just trying to, okay, why won't you just let me? It's the only Splinter Cell game I played. Oh, okay, well, maybe they all have awesome enemy tagging action. Come on, Nate. Come on, Nate. You all know what to do. Five bullets. I think I've tagged just about everybody. Well, there's still plenty of people beneath me, though. Alright. I love that. It's so natural. Doesn't take any effort at all, just feels right.
How's it? You have that dungus hooked up yet? We're all set up. Just waiting on approval from Nadine to blow it. Good. Place looks empty. I'd like to get it over with and move on.
Nope. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't see me, but... Guys, please don't kill me. I work so hard to take care of all those enemies. Xbox 360 game. Okay, okay. I'm trying to think. I own a Splinter Cell game I don't think I've ever played. I can't remember if it was like gifted to me or how I got it. But I think it was newer than Conviction. I don't remember what it's called though.
He lost track of us.
Is this really the last guy?
Hmm? Yeah. Okay.
Is that everybody? Big music cue makes me think so. Oh, uh-oh. Someone's shooting at me. I was really walking around like...
Hey, you're one-eyed for me!
Wah, wah. Okay. How is that, everybody? I'm thinking so. That's something I haven't done much yet, but you can use the grappling hook in combat. Especially in this area.
Damn it, Rafe and Nadine must have dozens
In
of
Madagascar, I mean.
They could just stumble onto the treasure through blind luck.
And I love, like, we killed all of those guys. They're like, man, there's so many of them. We could just stumble across it through blind luck. And we're, like, murdering everybody that they have that's attempting to find the treasure. But they're bad guys, so, you know, we have to... I almost killed Sam. He throws his hands up. He's that was pretty funny.
Look, another sigil.
Huh.
Recognize this one?
Adam Baldridge. He ran Kings Bay for a while. He was a trader, slaver, general scoundrel.
Look at you.
Yeah. Prison. A lot of books.
Well, you know, I said that he was wasting away in prison, but I should have assumed he was reading a lot of books. Splinter Cell Conviction. 2010 Unreal Engine 2 game. Sequel to Splinter Cell Double Agent. Unreal Engine 2.5 from 2006. Oh my gosh. So yeah, one of those rare, like, Xbox 360 later the PlayStation 3 type of games. Ooh, and a Wii version. Okay, but I played or no, I didn't play. It was Blacklist. Blacklist is the one that I think I own. And it's like the most, I guess it's the most recent Splinter Cell game. ...2013, so PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii U did not come out on any subsequent systems. Splinter Cell Essentials, a PSP game. Why would you buy a game named Essentials? I don't know, that just is kind of sad. But they're remaking the first Splinter Cell. Okay. Well, good luck to them. I hope it's good. Yeah, I've never played any of them. I know the originals are kind of classics, but they feel a little dated for me. You know, I would rather play, like, Metal Gear Solid, right? They're not really on that level. They're different. But it's Ubisoft's stealth franchise. But yeah, nobody's ever really telling me, like, oh, you gotta play Splinter Cell. Just that, yeah, what's his name? I've already forgotten his name. I was literally reading it. Sam something. With his, like, night vision goggles. He was kind of an iconic video game character for a long time. But yeah, they haven't made a game since 2013. It's kind of dropped off the map, huh? Rainbow Six really took over. And what's the other what's the one where you wander around, like the Division? Tom Clancy's The Division. Those are the two Ubisoft's Tom Clancy franchises that are certainly much more in the zeitgeist. Well, even then, I mean, I don't know. They've lost their luster a bit. But I still know people who are obsessed with Rainbow Six. I'm always reading about how good The Division is. Yeah, Sam Fisher. You're right. Alright, I got the Sam right. But evidently, he's slipping, considering I'm sitting here struggling to remember his name, so... Okay.
Jesus, these pirates really need to work on their infrastructure.
Now how do we get out of here?
The winch! We use the winch! My good fellows. And we break the infrastructure even further.
Come on!
Yeah.
One down, one to go.
So they really get a lot of mileage out of this vehicle. Is this the first time we really are, like, driving a car in an Uncharted game? I'm trying to think. But certainly we're getting a lot more out of it than we did in any previous title. Winch physics greater than all else.
Again with the winch, Sully.
The Division
handy,
is
right?
stupid, so
I
what's
wasn't
wrong with the
against
Division?
getting winch. I was against getting ripped off.
What's against getting ripped off? Whatever. Way to
Let's
backtrack.
not get stuck here.
Sully, just how well do you know Nadine?
Why?
I was thinking maybe you can contact her, convince her to call off her goons.
Yeah, right.
What if we promise her a
Well,
bigger
that's
cut than
happening.
Rafe?
No, that's not how she operates. She's more of a money-up-front kind of mercenary. So Rafe's got the advantage there.
Stay put. Okay, I'll just hang with Victor here.
Anything up here? Don't see much. So yeah, what's wrong with the Division? I mean, that's not my kind of game. Isn't it kind of like a giant open multiplayer, post-apocalyptic game? You're exploring
for
like New
waiting.
York and somewhere else. But and it's Massive that made those games, right? And then they ended up pivoting to make like Star Wars Outlaws and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which are both like pretty good games. They're not really anything like the Division though. But now I think they're like going back to the Division. Like they've made like a big update to like
Look, shoreline.
Yeah, they're definitely
like them
going
drive
all
up
in,
those
aren't
switchbacks.
And getting awful close to that volcano.
They're not slowing down
the
around
same
those
damn
curves at
thing.
all.
What if they found the treasure already?
they? Well, look, they're searching every inch of this place. If they'd found it already, they wouldn't be searching.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Live service microtransaction. What
Hey,
happened to the
Sam,
good old days of
you don't
putting a
mind me
disc in
asking, how'd you
PlayStation
pass
and
the
playing
time
the
in
damn
prison?
game?
You
Am I
know,
right, fellas?
reading, mostly. There was just one
So
guard
true,
saw me as a
bestie.
charity case, I guess. He'd check out books from the library for me.
So what'd you read?
History, especially anything related to Avery and other pirates. Just in case, you know.
Sure. Hey, you think that old building's worth checking out?
Oh, I'm checking it out. So we got to use the truck, the car, to get higher. I think. That wasn't close enough, but I don't remember that being one of the puzzles. I think. Oh my gosh! Just stop it. Let me get on the freaking thing. I have too much momentum. There we go. All right. Well, sure. I don't know that much about yeah, the microtransaction-ness of the games. I'm not surprised. But it's an online game that leans on them a bit. But I'm always hearing positive things about the game. But in the grand scheme of things, yeah. I'm not usually interested in playing well, what the heck? I'm not gonna keep this, but let's shoot it. Just for fun. It's got a nice smoke trail, that's fun. So yeah, no treasure here. I've definitely been here. There would be something on the table here, probably. I like this, like, this part of the room is cracked open, so then you can have light leak in here. Looks really good. A convenient excuse to have some realistic lighting. Yeah, as you can see from this channel, the games I play on here, I'm never really playing many online games. A lot of them expect you to really be, like, committed to the game to be good at it. Oh, here's another fun feature.
Yeah, so, sure.
But, you know, besides books, push-ups, smoking, trying to stay out of fights between rival gangs. It's a whole lot of
Naturally
thinking.
re-entering conversation when you
Pretty much
interrupt
it.
it by getting out of your truck.
Sam, if you had a guard doing you favors, why didn't you use him to get word to us?
Oh, I tried.
Hey, is that a well?
Well, well,
Honk.
well. Get it? You know, 'cause it's a well.
Sully, you stole your joke.
I noticed. Good sense of humor.
Little cave down
What
here.
have we here?
Interesting action occurred. Yeah, you know how it is. A lot of online multiplayer games today are really structured around making sure you keep coming back to play. So they have to have, like, incentives and... Winch. We gotta bring the winch all the way down here. And, you know, I don't really mind. I like, let's see, how do I put this? I do really enjoy playing some games, like Overwatch, for example. I quite like, because there's not really, like,
Did you find something down there?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Do
one
me a
second.
favor, get behind the wheel for a sec.
Will do.
No, I can't jump with it. That's alright. Games where, like, cosmetics are the microtransaction of choice,
Hey,
it's
Sully,
really
throw the car
easy
in
for
reverse.
me to ignore. You know? And luckily, a lot of games are built around that. Just not paying attention at all. The original, what is this?
Man,
Fires?
those pirates weren't messing around.
Oh, the signal fires were lit last night. And like clockwork, another group of would-be bounty hunters and glory seekers wandered heedless into an encampment. They put up a good fight, killing a number of our fellows, but the outcome was never in doubt. 2 regiments sent by the East India Company defeated in as many days. For their sake, I hope they learned their lesson. Their self-righteous Lieutenant Sherwood lived long enough to slander Captain Avery, pledging us a large share of the bounty and a full pardon in exchange for Avery's whereabouts. Avery is offering us something greater than gold, said I, just before putting an end to his insults with my sword. I cannot read at this angle. Our losses aside, this lot of British pigs were much better stocked than the last. We shall make good use of their boots and pistols. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me. I gotta practice reading cursive. It's not often I'm having to read cursive, so... Okay, now we can jump up here and get myself a treasure.
Okay, what do we have here?
Pewter letter cylinder. So yeah, you know, the cosmetic parts of online games, they don't really bother me that much. I mean, it's a little disappointing, of course, that, like, that used to be something that would kind of come with the game, and now it's kind of carved out to have you pay for it, but
so
I don't
Nothing
really care.
major.
It's not the end of the world.
Show you back at the hotel.
But the live service aspect is the tough part, where
Sam, what
not
were you
only are
talking
they
about?
always adding free
right.
content.
Oh, I tried. I asked them to mail a letter to your P.O. box.
I never got it.
Maybe because the warden saw it. I got busted up pretty bad and never saw that guard again.
Jesus.
I got my own back when the warden decided to room me with Alcazar. That didn't turn out how he expected.
Come to think of it,
I can't say no to
I actually
extra free
dealt with
content,
Alcazar a
but
few decades ago, even before I met you.
it's a little
two.
too much for me to
Oh,
have to keep
shit.
up with.
How are you still alive?
Well, he wasn't quite the man he is today. Still working his way up the criminal ladder then. I sold his boss a few woodcut prints I'd smuggled out of Japan. He was into shoguns and such. Alcazar was the go-between.
What was he like?
Soft-spoken, but intense. Like you could explode at the slightest provocation.
Well, he hasn't changed much then, has he?
I got my money and got the hell out of there.
So he...
Whoa!
Looks like Shoreline found something. Go slow.
You got it.
This guy got to go up and around.
Damn, you were saying? Oh, that's right, I was. Anyway, so, Pirate walks into a bar.
Oh, great. Here we go.
And he's got the steering wheel sticking out of his crotch.
All right.
So the bartender goes, "Hey, man, what's with the wheel?" And the pirate says back, "Arr, it's driving me nuts." I love that one.
Don't make me leave you out here.
Now, again, rated T, which I think is kind of interesting. Not like I think these are like the most hilarious or inventive jokes, but the way that they're able to lean on violence and vulgarity while maintaining that T rating is really impressive. I respect them for that.
Every site needs to be documented before we use explosives. It's like he doesn't trust us. Get out of the way and let me take the goddamn picture.
Not gonna like that one bit. Just like kicked off his little perch. Just a moment. This stuff is so fun. I'm actually kind of excited to check out the... Oh. The Last of Us Part 2 remaster has like a roguelike mode. I'm not one for roguelikes, really. But I don't know, with all of the... how much I enjoy the gameplay of The Last of Us Part 2 and stuff like this, maybe I will really enjoy that mode, I don't know. Is this it? Just this guy?
I think we're clear.
Alright. So what's really going on here? Anything interesting? I don't really see much to investigate. Oh, wait. No, that's just a door. Looking for like the sigils that are in the ground. Oh wait, here we go. A thing to blow up. Oh, the door over here. I see.
Let's see what's in there.
Let's see, indeed. Go down a little past it. Oh. Nothing? You guys, I didn't see anything. Is there really nothing in here? blow the place up? Or... I don't know if that's going to help much, but... No, didn't do anything. Well, is that it? What do you guys think? A lot of weapons in there, but I don't really want those right now. I'll take that, though. Yeah, is there anything else I'm supposed to investigate here, or am I done? I just come here to kill the guys? I guess the point is, they don't know where it is. We're just kind of following hot on their tail, but not all of these locations will have something of interest. But I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything too obvious before I leave. But I guess I'm gonna leave. I want one of the characters to say something. I want someone to be like, "All right, well, guess there's nothing here." But I don't know if that's gonna happen. Guys, I'm starting to feel it. I'm tired. It's about time to wrap up. I don't really know if I should be investigating any cool new places. It's time to go to sleep.
I meant to do that.
I would be in so much pain. The like lack of suspension. But driving it is
See
fun.
that smoke?
Ooh, shoreline, slow down. Ow, hey.
Shoreline idiots.
But hey, we can do one more combat arena, right? Now, something else interesting. I'm not crouching. The game has me crouching automatically.
Not even think about it. Not about to have Nadine hang me because of you.
Yeah, there's definitely something down there. No one will know.
She'll know, the rest of the crew will know, and we'll be dead.
Yeah, but
I'm tired, so please, drop it.
I'm tired, so please. Yoy! Okay. Man, what a good looking game, huh? So much fun to play, and another nice addition in this game is beyond just the chapter select, there's also an encounter select. So it's really easy to just jump back into some of these scenarios and give them another spin, which is very nice, as Borat would say.
wait. What's that? Okay.
Oh, shoot. I almost made it out. Okay. We got him. Da-dum, dum, da-dum. He said, oh, there's definitely something here. What'd you guys find? This, I guess we can blow this up. Oh, wrong. Always press the wrong button. Treasure for me. Achievement unlocked. I found 50 treasures. This is an English musket bandolier. Wow. How ancient. Okay, well, cool for the English. Otherwise, nothing, huh? So then I would come up and tell my buddies, hey, I didn't really find anything. Let's get out of here. Oh, but what about back here, though? This seems kind of ominous, spookity. What's going on? I'm supposed to be driving my truck in here? Seems like I'm supposed to be driving my truck in here. Maybe I should go get my truck. Wasn't sure if I could drive it all the way in here, though. And it's got this little, like, rock barrier, but... Hey, guys. How are you doing? Sam's, like, on his knees. Phasing through the rock. It's the little things, you know? This game's so good at getting the little details so right. Alright, well, let's go see what's in this tunnel. The answer may surprise you. Not much. Basically the same. More stuff.
Whoops.
More of our giant open world to traverse.
Oh, hey.
Now this stuff is not easy. It's easier than the previous gen,
Sorry.
but only by a little bit.
Experiencing a little turbulence.
In the previous generation, games were still running off of the disc, which on the PS3 meant Blu-rays. The laser reads even deeper onto the disc, which means it reads it slower. So Blu-rays are even slower to load than DVDs, which are already a little slower to load than, say, CDs.
Oh, hey.
The Xbox 360 did not use Blu-rays, so reading off the disc was a little faster, but depending on the size of the game, you might need more than one DVD. But only at the end of the generation were games allowed to install, like, or I should say, require an installation onto the hard drive. For a long time, consoles like the Xbox 360 were sold. They had like cheap variants that didn't include a hard disk drive, and games had to expect that you could have a system that had like little to no storage space, right? So there are games that are all built really to read data off the disk and then store it in memory. And the memory on those consoles, again, is really tiny. 512 megabytes of RAM. And DVDs storing like 4.2, 4.8 gigabytes or something like that of data. Blu-rays, 25, maybe 50 gigabytes if they're dual layered, or 8 gigabytes if the DVDs are dual layered. So Grand Theft Auto 5 was like the first game that really required an install, and that was at the very end of that generation.
Let's see here.
And they were like,
I just don't stay out past curfew, all right?
you know, we're Grand Theft Auto 5. We're Rockstar, so we get to do this. But otherwise, they were all just like optional installs. Metal Gear Solid 4 having like, well, you can install it on the hard drive if you have the space, but it's not a requirement. So I remember when I played Red Dead Redemption, I had my PlayStation 3 on my desk, and I would hear the disc seeking as it would spin around.
Let's go.
The Blu-ray, as I would turn the camera around the world, loading assets in and out of memory. Next generation, every console's got a hard disk drive, so pretty much every game is no longer reading off the disk. They're just disk knowledge drop instead of going to bed. Let's go. Yeah, exactly. I'm giving you one last one last info dump before I fall asleep. So yeah, in this generation, games are all built to run off of a hard disk drive, which is faster to read off of than reading off of a disk, an optical laser disk, using a magnetic hard disk drive, laptop hard disk drive. So they're running at a slower 5,400 RPM. But it's still faster than an optical disc, but not as fast as SSD or memory that most games are really wanting to use. They're really just reading it off of the discs they can store it in memory. So it still is very impressive, especially for a game with this level of fidelity, all of these assets that, you know, the world streaming is so seamless, you don't really notice it at all. You can see some LOD here, off in the distance. The grass is going to slowly disappear a little bit, like there. A little more there. We come over this hill, and the stuff slowly pops in. But it's pretty gradual, and the detail is not that noticeable. And there's even still some more as you get even closer. It's a lot better than the last gen. It's much more noticeable on the PlayStation 3 games like The Last of Us, which were really supposed to be kind of the best examples of all that technology.
We'll see. See something?
Nope. But you still have to construct these levels to have like really smart sight lines where stuff is kind of hidden away. Oh, look at that. They drove the truck over for me. Isn't that sweet?
Ah, there you are.
So that, like here, you see a lot of like, we're going up a hill, and there's lots of these like areas that are kind of hidden behind a bunch of rocks. All the NPCs and enemy characters, everything. So none of that stuff has to load in until, you know, the player has decided to go visit this area. So it's smartly constructed, but it has to be made in a way that you're not thinking about it. Players today complain so much about segments of a game where you have to squeeze yourself between rocks and a wall or whatever.
Hey, did you see that little beacon thing on the top of the hill back there?
Yes, I did.
We should check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that later. Which is partially because of loading. A lot of it, though, is also just because, like, it's to break up the pacing. You squeeze yourself between some rocks. You slowly are pushing yourself to the next level to make, like, a clean break. Like, okay, this level's over. We're moving on to the next one. Giving yourself some time to kind of space it out. And, yeah, definitely for last-gen systems to give them a chance to load in all of the new assets and unload all the old assets, but it's not just that. Lots of games you'll find, they have you just really quickly squeeze through something. That's not really for loading, it's, yeah, just a pacing thing. And it helps the player kind of keep track of where they might be in a confusing area.
Let's roll.
But it's the kind of thing people complain about a lot because they've just recognized the technique, so to speak. That at one point was like a smart way to disguise loading, but now is more annoying than anything else, huh?
Sorry, bump.
There's a giant rock that I can't drive back on. So I'm done with that area.
Check it out, boys. What is it?
And that's basically the whole open segment. There's even more in the Lost Legacy. They expanded even further with another larger area with more optional stuff.
Holy shit, you can probably see all of Kings Bay from up here.
Yeah. Hey, look. There's the city.
And there's the river valley. I'll let you look at this.
Quite the view.
Just keep waiting to wake up and find myself in solitary or something. It's all some kind of dream.
Sam.
No guilt trip. I'm just... Let's go find this thing.
Let's do it. What do you have to say?
So, how are you doing?
How you doing?
Still in one piece.
I appreciate you coming along for the ride. And especially for negotiating with that rental guy.
No
That was
problem.
huge.
Hell, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying myself.
Me too.
Drive the Jeep through car wash to load new area. Gotta get it painted.
Hey guys, there's another tower just over the hill.
See any shoreline marks?
I can't tell.
What was it saying before I came up here? I don't remember. Was it interesting? I thought it was kind of interesting. Now it's escaped my mind. Oh, just the open world. Yeah. There's more in the sequel. It makes me think of Bowser's Fury. It's like almost like a test case for like, okay, if we did, you know, add more open elements to Uncharted, what would it look like? It would look something like this, right? Places to explore, but they're still like in a confined kind of area. I can't imagine like a truly open world Uncharted game. But something like this, there's more player choice and agency, and it makes you feel like the world is bigger and less railroaded, which I would say is probably a common complaint about Uncharted games, is that they do feel very much like you gotta do A, B, and C. But that's the only way you can get such a highly detailed adventure. The graphics, all of the little details that they were able to nail is because it's a linear experience. So if you make it too open, then you run the risk of, causing huge problems. And like we discussed last week, this game was in turnaround for a little bit and had some severe crunch, you know. It was definitely not a pleasant experience. So I would imagine that, they weren't really looking to stretch themselves too much for some of these segments, but it's still a pretty impressive little addition to this game. Another thing that makes it feel like, wow, they really went the extra mile in ways I wouldn't have necessarily expected. The open section we just went through, like I said, is kind of my favorite part of this whole game. But what comes next is also really exciting. Lots of fun puzzles and, just more highly detailed environments to explore. And we're going to have lots to enjoy next time on my stream. Thanks for tuning in. I can't believe I got to do it today. For a while, I really did think I was going to have to call it. But yes, hopefully you've enjoyed this despite the lower bit rate of this stream. And hopefully next week we'll be back in good working order, where we'll be playing more Uncharted. There will be more, more to explore. More of Madagascar and beyond. Really like this game. Definitely feels like my absolute favorite of the Uncharted's for sure. But having played The Last of Us 1 and 2 recently, I'm kind of thinking I enjoy it more. I like the tone of this a lot more, though. I like the freewheeling, fun, light nature. The Last of Us is very dreary and takes itself very seriously. It's a pretty good story, but doing it over and over again is less impactful. Whereas this, I don't know, it's just fun. I'm always talking about me and my wife. She loves action movies, and that's just an easy sit down any day. What do you want to do? Could watch an action movie. Whereas, like, you really have to like buy into like the drama, the melodrama of a story like The Last of Us. You gotta be in the right headspace. Now, luckily, once you finish the game, the story is kind of whatever. I'm like flamethrowering important characters that you're supposed to have like an emotional connection to. But still, just like the tone and the setting can be kind of oppressive. Uncharted 4 is damn pretty. It is just a beautiful, beautiful looking game. It's trying really hard to, just have the sun at the perfect place in the sky at all times, the lighting, the color choice. It is unreal. And feels like an awesome, fun adventure because of that. So hopefully you've been enjoying being along for the ride. Stay tuned for even more awesome, fun, enjoyable adventures on this channel. Next week, we'll definitely have some more Uncharted 4, and who knows what else I've got up my sleeve. Only you know. What do you see in there? It's unsightly, but it's a secret that I'm ready to deploy at a moment's notice. So stay tuned for more. Be sure to stay subscribed. Ring that notification bell. You guys, Per Aqua and I would really appreciate it. We get a lot out of this symbiotic relationship, and we get even more if I'm constantly pinging you that, like, I'm doing something. So you better make sure that you're getting as many notifications from me as possible, and I promise not to abuse them. So thanks for being here. Hope you had a good time. Until next time, assuming my internet service provider continues to play nice, I will be here playing more Uncharted 4 next week. Love ya. Stay safe. Have fun. And, Tuesday, 7 p.m. next week, I'll be here with more Uncharted 4. Peace.